Marty Burns, and today we'll be joined as always on the sidelines by Tim Thompson. And Tim, you got a battle between Dallas and Berwick. One of the keys will be the battle in the trenches.
Without a doubt, we're looking at probably the two best lines in the conference, offensively and defensively, and that I think is where the key to this ball game is going to be, is in the trenches.
And one of the guys the last couple of weeks stepping up running the football for Berwick has been Jason Warner.
Jason Warner wasn't used a lot in the beginning of the season. He was mainly a blocking fullback, but in the last 3-4 ball games they've been running him a lot more, passing to him, and he's really stepped it up for that Berwick offense.
Okay, and I'll be joined in the booth today by Joe DeMelfi. And Joe, when we talk about Dallas, and Tim had talked about the battle in the trenches, one of the things Dallas has to do is protect Chuck Supon.
Yeah, last week, this is a replay from last week. Last week, Berwick sacked Supon 9 times. So during the week, obviously, Coach Jackson had to find a way to protect his quarterback. This is a typical football game, hard-nosed. Dallas has great size. Berwick is fairly big. The game will come down to, number 1, turnovers, and number 2, big plays. And if a team can get a big play at some point during the ball game, because it's conceivable that 7 points could win this ball game, Marty.
Last week's score was 14-6, and you mentioned big plays. One aspect that you need to touch on is special teams.
Yeah, and we talked about special teams last night with Pottsville and Hazleton. Will play a very important part. Wind's blowing very hard right now from when we be in the booth, from right to left. So it'll be interesting to see, because that's going to play a part, obviously, in the mechanics of the ball game.
Okay, we're going to take our first break of the afternoon, and coming up, more pregame festivities, along with an interview with Ted Jackson, head coach of Dallas. And at the top of the hour, it'll be Dallas and Berwick in the District 2 AAA semifinal right here on WYLN.
We'd like to thank the following cable companies for making this WILN sports presentation possible: Adelphia Cable, Service Electric Cable TV, CATV Services Incorporated, GMP Cable TV, and Shin Heights Cable TV.
Tonight's high school football playoffs are being brought to you in part by White Knight Auto Body. Years of experience help us turn wrecks back into great cars. We also tow when needed. Call 759-3868.
Do you snore? Do you wake up feeling tired? Respiratory Resources has a new sleep lab in Berwick. We accept many insurance plans. Call for help today, 752-4122.
As the 2001 football season comes down the home stretch, there's a lot of things you don't want to miss.
I'm Tim Thompson. Join me and Coach Curry on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday evenings at 8 o'clock on WYLN.
The devastation in New York, Washington, D.C., and western Pennsylvania will have far-reaching effects across our nation. Many businesses, large and small, stand to suffer because of the events which occurred on September 11th. In light of this, WYLN and Satellite Advertising Network ask that you continue to support local business. By supporting our local economy, we're fighting back against terrorism. We will all win by keeping the American economy strong. By working together, we can continue to show the world that we are all proud Americans.
A great day outdoors. Pennsylvania's leading outdoor video magazine.
We found the honey hole.
Join Roger Mellon and Bob Entler every week for outdoor fun and adventure, plus the latest outdoor news and information. A great day outdoors. Fishing and hunting that you can do close to home. Join Roger Mellon and Bob Entler every week for a great day outdoors, helping to preserve our outdoor heritage.
You are looking live at Crispin Field in Berwick, where this afternoon a District 2 AAA semifinal. The number 4 seed, Mountaineers of Dallas, taking on the number 1 seed, Berwick Bulldogs, right here on WYLN. Good afternoon and welcome to WYLN's continuing coverage of the high school football playoffs. I'm Marty Burns, joined as always by Joe DeMelfi, Tim Thompson on the sidelines, and Jim Burns on stats. A special hello to fans watching this afternoon on Adelphia Cable, as well as Service Electric Illinois City and Service Electric Wilkes-Barre. You see the referee, Mike Melnick, talking to the captains of both squads before the start of today's game. And the Berwick Band is getting prepared for their pregame performance, which we'll bring you in a few moments. But, and here are the officials. Mike Melnick is the referee. Mike Serra is the umpire. Dave Brodzinski is the linesman. Line judge is Bill Casillas. Joe Pusateri is the back judge. The field judge is Ross Zanghini, and the side judge, Joe Arcuri. And Joe, when we talk about today's game, Berwick getting the home game, they're 8-2. Dallas at 7-3, and we touched upon it a little bit last night. Some teams may start coming in here this season thinking that they have a chance against Berwick, as Berwick only went 3-2 at home this season. We were here for one of their losses against North Pocono. Some of the teams may come in with a little bit of confidence.
Well, I don't think there's any doubt. Berwick at 8-2, Dallas at 7-3. I'm sure Dallas feels last week's game, Berwick won that game. This is a rematch. Berwick won that game 14-6. I believe that Dallas feels with a good week of practice, making the adjustments they needed to make, they have a legitimate shot in the ball game. We talked in the pregame about some of the things that will impact this game. Special teams, defense obviously is a big part of this game. Both teams play very tough defense. One of the things Dallas is going to have to do, Marty, to be successful is find a way to protect Chuck Supon, the quarterback, if they decide the pass is what they want to do. Both of these teams rush the ball very well. The other thing we need to look for today is a surprise. Both of these teams, either team may come up with a new formation, some new type plays. Now, they're not going to vary much from what they've done during the year. Both of them have been successful. But we will look for those surprises as the game goes on.
Okay, and the visiting coach today is Ted Jackson of the Dallas Mountaineers, and a little bit of a rivalry starting to develop here between Dallas and Berwick, and two veteran coaches, and Coach Jackson for Dallas and Coach Curry with Berwick, but it's just starting to get that feel of almost like a rivalry type matchup.
I have to tell you that both programs have done exceptionally well. Berwick over the past 15, 20 years, Dallas the same amount of time, and when you develop that type of competitive spirit, that type of rivalry, games between these two teams will naturally be good football games. You'll see every aspect of the game today, whether it be special teams, whether it be the passing game, the run game, every aspect will be executed in a very, very strong manner.
Okay, we mentioned Ted Jackson, the visiting coach of these Dallas Mountaineers earlier on. He had a chance to chat with Tim Thompson.
Coach, last week, tough ball game, tough loss for you. How are you preparing now for today's game?
Well, we're just going to try to have to control the ball a little bit more on offense, run the ball a little better on first down, protect our quarterback a little better, and hope we can match our defensive effort.
Well, your defensive line's been outstanding for you all year.
Yeah, they're a good group of guys, and we need a bigger and better performance out of them today. Berwick's a great football team, a great talent, great personnel, so our work's cut out for us.
All right, you aren't going to make any changes for today?
Well, we're probably going to throw the ball on every down. I don't know. I don't know what we're going to do. We've changed a couple things, but there's not a lot to change. It's just, it's blocking and tackling and recognition of his formations. He's got so many formations and does such a great job with their kids. They're tough to prepare for.
All right, well, Teddy, let me wish you luck. Good luck today.
Thanks, buddy.
Back up to you, Marty and Joe.
Thanks a lot, Tim. And as you see, the Berwick marching band is on the field getting set for their pregame performance before the start of this afternoon's high school football playoff matchup in District 2, AAA, between the Mountaineers of Dallas and the Berwick Bulldogs right here on WYLN. Once again, we want to welcome the fans watching on Adelphia Cable, Service Electric Monoy City, and Service Electric Wilkes-Barre, along with our full-time viewers of high school football here on WYLN. And it looks like the Berwick Area Marching Band is ready to perform, and let's send it down field level for the pregame performance from the Berwick Area Marching Band. has been the Berwick Area Marching Band with their pregame performance here at Crispin Field, leading up to this District 2 AAA semifinal between Dallas and Berwick. And Joey touched on it a little bit in the pregame in the first segment, that Dallas has to do a better job of protecting Chuck Supon. And Berwick, when Dallas was sending out 4 receivers, Berwick was sending more guys than Dallas could block.
Yeah, I think Berwick's thought is we're going to get to the quarterback before they can get the pass off. It's nice to see Coach Jackson kept his sense of humor here about a half hour before the game. He talked about throwing on every down. Obviously, I think they need to use the pass, but they're going to rely on their run game. Berwick also will rely on the run game. One of the things you do, number one, if a team's going to throw a lot of pressure at you, you might look at the short game a little more. Shorten your routes up so you can get the ball off, because, again, Berwick's answer will be maybe to send more people. If you go to maximum protection, you have 1 or 2 receivers out. But if you send 4 or 5 receivers, you have to get the ball away very quickly sometimes to avoid the rush.
And for Berwick, a couple players back that did not play in the Dallas game. Corey Green, the leading receiver for the Berwick Bulldogs, will be back in the lineup, as well as Mike Vitti will be back. So a couple of bright points for Berwick, and plus it gives Coach Jackson something else to think about defensively if Corey Green's in the lineup.
Yeah, we saw Corey Green a couple of times this year, Marty. He impressed us both games. I think he's a good athlete. He makes big plays, so it's something else, as you mentioned, that Coach Jackson has to worry about. And I think both of the players that will be back today will add an added spark to Berwick, because they played a key part in their season.
Okay, we're going to take a break and continue with the pregame show leading up to Dallas and Berwick right here on WYLN.
Crisis arose in your community, you counted on us to keep you informed.
When news happened at City Hall, you relied on us to be there.
We cared enough to inform you on how to keep our highway workers safe.
And you trusted us to educate the community on the growing drug problem.
WYLN 35, a number you can count on.
A number you can rely on.
A number that cares.
WYLN 35, a number you can trust.
Hi, I'm Marty Burns. And I'm Rocco Petrone, head football coach at Hazleton Area High School.
Join us every week for Rocco Petrone's Extra Points, your weekly source for Hazleton Area High School football.
And each week we'll have players on as our guests.
So that's Rocco Petrone's Extra Points every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at 8:30, right here on WYLN.
Italian parsley too, it's the butter, it's the flour mixed through, marinara, chicken piccata too, it's that Chef Lou. Chef Lou. Blended oil, balsamic vinegar too, Rita chicken, vegetarian too, it's how you cooking, made easy for you, it's that Chef Lou. Chef Lou. Chef Lou seen right here, only on WYLN 35. Tune in every week for our own Chef Lou. Chef Lou.
The devastation in New York, Washington, D.C., and western Pennsylvania will have far-reaching effects across our nation. Many businesses, large and small, stand to suffer because of the events which occurred on September 11th. In light of this, WYLN and Satellite Advertising Network ask that you continue to support local business. By supporting our local economy, we're fighting back against terrorism. We will all win by keeping the American economy strong. By working together, we can continue to show the world that we are all proud Americans.
Any time is a good time for gardening. So let America's favorite gardening expert, P. Allen Smith, help you in your garden. From patio containers to vegetable gardens, landscape designs to lawn care, recipes to roads less traveled, P. Allen Smith Gardens can show you how. From azaleas to zinnias, watch P. Allen Smith Gardens.
Welcome back live to Crispin Field. Dallas and Berwick coming up at the top of the hour, and we're going to send it down field level for the Berwick Marching Band playing of the Berwick Alma Mater and the Star Spangled Banner. Has been the Berwick Area Marching Band with the Berwick Alma Mater and the Star Spangled Banner, as we are moments away from the start of this afternoon's high school football playoff matchup between Dallas and Berwick. And I'm Marty Burns, joined as always by Joe DeMelfi. Tim Thompson is on the sidelines, Jim Burns on stats, and Joe, this is going to be a matchup of two very good quarterbacks, senior Chuck Supon for Dallas and junior quarterback Frank Jankowski of Berwick.
Yeah, both of them have put up big numbers this season, Marty. One of the things when you have quarterbacks put up big numbers, you want them to perform, you expect them to perform in a big game, and obviously it's a big game. It starts the district playoffs, and we had talked a little bit about this being a rematch from last week. Is there any advantage or disadvantage? We need to talk about that for a second. There's an advantage for Dallas because Berwick throws a lot of formations at you. Teddy Jackson has a chance to see them 2 weeks in a row, so his preparation this week was not as lengthy as it was the week before when he was trying to look at the different offensive sets that Berwick puts out. So I think that's an advantage for Dallas. That's one of the reasons I said don't be surprised if we see a different formation or two from both of these teams.
And does it, when you're playing 2 weeks in a row, does it almost make you consider more than you would in a game where you're seeing a team for the first time, maybe bringing out some, as you mentioned, different looks, but maybe some trick plays, that type of thing, as the Berwick Bulldogs head onto the field here at Crispin Field?
Yeah, I think what you want to do is when you put in those different formations or trick plays, many times, Marty, you'll see a team come out and go no huddle for a series or two, just to throw the defense off balance, and that's what we'll see today, just to throw the defense off balance. And what it does is it gives you as a coach on the opposite side something to think about. Now we have to think about that during the ball game along with the regular formations we've looked at.
And as you see Berwick on the field, awaiting the entrance of the Mountaineers of Dallas, as we're moments away from the start of this afternoon's game between Dallas and Berwick.
I'll tell you what, I was impressed with, Marty. When we were on the field for pregame, I walked over to the Dallas, Dallas was warming up. They are physically, they are a big football team. And very, very physical. You could see that just by looking at them.
And some of those guys, John Simonitis on that offensive and defensive line, 6'6", 295, excuse me. Mike Dombrowski, who's going to be the tight end and defensive end, 6'5", 240. And your quarterback, Chuck Supon, is 6'6", 230.
I was standing next to Dombrowski when they were warming up, and like I said, he is definitely a specimen. Physically, he is a big kid. The other thing, Marty, is we talk about being physical. Berwick's always been a physical football team. I mean, size means something, but I'll be honest with you, it's not the only thing. And Berwick has always been a physical football team. I expect them to come out very physical today.
And the Dallas Mountaineers are on the field, and we're moments away from the start of today's game between Dallas and Berwick.
Now, before these two teams went in, Marty, the officials met with the captains down at the lower end of the field. They went over some different things during the ball game, and now they will go back and reenact the two-point toss.
Okay, we're going to take a break. Coming up, the kickoff between Dallas and Berwick right here on WYLN.
On the next Jules Verne.
Watch your step, my dear. It is a treacherous night.
Rebecca Fogg is keeping company with a mysterious stranger. But the company he keeps should be a dead giveaway.
He has a whole army of the damn things.
Is guest star Patrick Duffy's bark worse than his bite?
Thank God. She's joined them.
An adventure hour you can really get your teeth into. Next Jules Verne.
Mondays at 8 p.m. on WYLN.
Tonight's high school football playoffs are being brought to you in part by White Knight Auto Body. Years of experience help us turn wrecks back into great cars. We also tow when needed. Call 759-3868.
Do you snore? Do you wake up feeling tired? Respiratory Resources has a new sleep lab in Berwick. We accept many insurance plans. Call for help today, 752-4122.
When a crisis arose in your community, you counted on us to keep you informed.
When news happened at City Hall, you relied on us to be there.
We cared enough to inform you on how to keep our highway workers safe.
And you trusted us to educate the community on the growing drug problem.
WYLN 35, a number you can count on.
A number you can rely on.
A number that cares.
WYLN 35, a number you can trust.
As the 2001 football season comes down the home stretch, there's a lot of things you don't want to miss.
I'm Tim Thompson. Join me and Coach Curry on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday evenings at 8 o'clock on WYLN.
Looking live at Crispin Field in Berwick, where this afternoon District 2 AAA semifinal as the defending champion Berwick Bulldogs host the Mountaineers of Dallas right here on WYLN. I'm Marty Burns, joined as always by Joe DeMelfi, Tim Thompson on the sidelines, and Jim Burns on stats. Dallas won the toss and deferred till the second half, so Berwick will receive.
Dallas again, Coach Jackson defensively feels that's a strength. Berwick will be receiving. The other thing, the kick will be going with the wind, so it'll be interesting to see what kind of distance that number 4, Dwayne Short, is able to get on this ball.
And this District 2 semifinal is underway, and it'll go to Alonzo Pruitt as he'll pick it up at his own 4. Gets across the 10, and Pruitt will be brought down at the 14. Berwick starts deep in their own territory on 1st and 10.
Pruitt bobbled the kickoff momentarily, gave Dallas a chance to get down the field. Great kickoff coverage by the Mountaineers. Berwick starts their offense, Marty, inside their own 15.
Jankowski, the quarterback. I'll hand off to Jason Warner, and he'll pull his way to the 19. Gain of about 5 on first down.
Good plus yardage for Berwick.
We're going to get a look at the Berwick starting offense. Up front, Gray, Davis, Yuskevich, Chick, and Devine. Andy Decker, the tight end. Corey Green, as we mentioned, back in the lineup at receiver, along with Grant Marshman. Tailback is Alonzo Pruitt. Jason Warner, the fullback, behind quarterback Frank Jankowski. Some movement up front on the 2nd and 6 play.
A little bit of a hard count by Jankowski. I think it drew Dallas offside. Let's see what the call is. What that is, Marty, is just nerves, anticipation, wanting to get on with the ball game here, and Jankowski did a nice job with the cadence. Draws Dallas offside. Berwick now with the 2nd and 1.
Ball marked at the Bulldog 24. Warner, the lone back in the backfield behind Jankowski, and he'll get the carry. And Warner gets short yardage, about 2 yards, but it's enough for the first down. The Dallas starting defense: Steve Salavantis, Brian Downey, John Simonitis, and Mike Dombrowski up front. Hayes, Jeremy Harris, and A.J. Harris, along with Kevin Arnault, are the backers. Ryan Bolton and Ryan Griskevich are the corners. John Barbos is the safety.
Marty, Berwick using a little different formation right now. They're taking the remaining back. Right now you see the 2 backs, they're right tight to the line of scrimmage. It's a power eye look with those 2 backs up to run that counter off.
Warner gets the carry and fumbles, but they're making the recovery. Heads up there. Mike Gray.
Tell you what, Warner, they ran a counter. Berwick runs a counter. They had 2 backs tight to the line of scrimmage. They ran a counter to the right side. Warner was up the field, dropped the ball, and Gray makes the recovery.
And actually, you'll have to excuse me, that was Sean Shadle, number 96, making the recovery. Warner on the carry, and we talked about him in the pregame. He's getting the bulk of the workload so far this afternoon.
He's a big physical back. Dallas, big physical defense, so Berwick is banging Jason Warner up in there. Again, they have those 2 lead backs very tight to the line of scrimmage, just using them as blocking. I think we can look for a little different formation here, Marty. It's 3rd and about 5.
Berwick has to get to the 36 for a first down. Empty backfield for the Bulldogs. Green in motion, and they're going to give him the ball on the carry, and Dallas not fooled at all. Jeremy Harris on the play.
Harris found it right up. Inside linebacker. Berwick sent Green in motion right to left. Harris, and they handed off to Green. Harris was right there. He followed Green all the way and made the tackle for about a 2-yard loss.
Frank Jankowski will punt. It takes a Berwick bounce as Blake Saba lets it go, and it'll be down at the Dallas 35, and that's where the Mountaineers will start their first possession this afternoon.
Not a bad punt by Jankowski into the wind. Berwick at first quarter is going into the wind. Dallas has the wind at their back.
Chuck Supon this season, 1,157 yards of passing offense, 16 touchdowns and only 4 interceptions. Jeremy Harris leads the team in rushing with 793 yards on 5.2 yards a carry. The toss is to Harris, and Jeremy gets out to about the 37.
Dallas went with motion left to right, Marty. Then they ran the pitch to the right side, tried to get an extra blocker there. Berwick with a good job getting there on defense. Berwick runs well to the football defensively.
2nd and 7 from the 38. Chris Hayes in motion. And Berwick not fooled. Andy Decker along with John Yaskevich.
I'll tell you what happened. They tried to run the counter back to the left side. Berwick had penetration. Tough to run that play when you have penetration. Berwick's defensive front 2 yards up the field.
The Dallas starting offense, Murray, Salavantis, McGee, and Simonitis Downey, the big horses up front. Dombrowski, the tight end. Blake Saba is the receiver. Supon is the quarterback with A.J. Harris and Jeremy Harris in the backfield. Mike Rakowski is the wingback. 3rd down and 11 after a loss of 4. Supon is going to throw for the first time today. Looking across the middle, incomplete. In coverage, Grant Marshman.
Dallas came out with an eye slot left, then they went motion to go trips to the left side. Supon had time to throw the football, Marty, just wasn't able to find a receiver.
The Bulldogs on defense, 5-man front. Decker, Brannon, Yaskevich, Warner, and Hart. Tom Cicini and Mike Vitti are the backers. Josh Davis and Mike Markowski are the corners. John Banyas and Grant Marshman are the safeties.
Back it up on his
Supon punts it away. It's going to be taken by Marshman. He's got some room as he gets up to about the 39. And that's where the Bulldogs will start their second possession, 1st and 10. 7:15 left in a scoreless first quarter.
Nice job by Marshman fielding the punt. Was able to return it for about 8 or 9 yards. Berwick, decent field position. Again, they're going into the wind here in the first quarter. Looks like Berwick could come out with a little bit of a wide formation here. Warner on the sideline. They come out with no backs, Marty.
And here comes Dallas with a little bit of a blitz, but Jankowski completes it to Banyas. And Banyas is into Dallas territory for Berwick. 1st down.
Berwick comes out with...
Now we're going to go down to the sidelines and Tim Thompson.
Marty and Joe, we talked earlier in the game about the wind. If we get a shot of the flag right here, you'll see how strong this wind's blowing and how big a factor it could play in today's ball game. Back up to you, Marty and Joe.
Thanks a lot, Tim, and very good point. And you got to see it with the flags going from right to left on your screen. 1st and 10, Berwick from the Dallas 49. Warner gets the carry, and he'll drop down at about the 48.
Berwick came out with the spread formation the first play. Jankowski with a pretty safe pass to Banyas for the 1st down. Now they come back with the tight formation, and Warner banging it off the right side. He picked up a couple.
Second and 8 from the 47. Again, an empty backfield for Berwick. And here comes pressure from Dallas. It's complete to Corey Green, and he is down to the 30 for another Berwick 1st down.
They spread the field. Dallas tried to get some pressure up the field. Jankowski hit Banyas on that slant ball to the middle of the field. Safety vacated. There you see safety coming up, and the slant ball's wide open.
And slant very effective against the blitz.
It is effective, and especially if you can get it off very quickly, and that's exactly what happened there.
Now Berwick will come out of the eye. Alonzo Pruitt gets his first carry and gets tripped up for no gain.
Yeah, nothing there. Pruitt off the right side tried to run looked like a kick out by the fullback, and Pruitt was looking at the off tackle hole, but there was nothing there.
Over halfway through this scoreless first quarter, we thank you for joining us this afternoon. I'm Marty Burns, joined as always by Joe DeMelfi. Tim Thompson on the sidelines, Jim Burns on stats. A special hello to fans watching on Adelphia Cable, as well as Service Electric Monomoy City and Service Electric Wilkes-Barre, as you see the Stroman Mayer Bakery's first quarter scoreboard. Jankowski out of the shotgun on 2nd and 10. Throws over the middle and incomplete. Intended for Nick Spores.
Now, Spores was across the middle. He was being followed by number 36 for Dallas, Chris Hayes, the linebacker. So you had a linebacker on that coverage, and it looked like Spores might have had some room to run if the ball was thrown a little high. Berwick's faced with the 3rd and 10.
receivers to Jankowski's left, and he rolls that way. Throwing, and it's complete to Marshman. And they're going to say incomplete. Boy, that was close. It looked like he got very close to getting his feet inbounds.
Very interesting formation. Unbalanced to the left side, plus trips to the left side. Jankowski rolls. We can't get a look at the feet, but the Marshman's feet, but the official ruled it no catch.
That'll bring up a 4th and 10 for Berwick. I want to remind you that today's Dallas-Berwick game is brought to you in part by the Berwick Hospital Center. Quality care right here. Looks like Berwick has come out in punt formation, try to pooch it in.
Kind of place, though, kind of place on the field where you really wonder whether that's going to happen.
Jankowski gets it off, and it is called a touchback as Berwick was unable to keep it out of the end zone.
Now, Jankowski tried to pooch it down inside the 5, but as you said, Marty, Bulldogs couldn't quite get there to down it, so the ball comes out to the 20. Marty, going back to that formation, Berwick had 2 men to the right side of the center. To the left side, they had a guard tackle, a tight end, and then the trips formation out there. Again, overloaded to Dallas's right side defensively.
1st and 10 from their own 20. Suppan, quick throw, and incomplete, intended for Dwayne Short.
And Suppan on his back again, number 44 for Berwick, up the field very quickly defensively, and that's Tom Sassini, and puts Suppan on his back. Last week we talked about Berwick, 9 sacks with Suppan, so I'm sure when he throws the football, that sometimes that'll just distract him from looking down the field on those pass plays.
Second and 10 from the 20. Hand off to Jeremy Harris up the middle. Andy Decker will bring him down, but not before a gain of about 6.
A little bit of a counter back to the right side. Harris, good job running the ball. Nice job by the offensive line of Dallas on the right side. They were able to pick up about 6, as you had mentioned. They're faced with a 3rd and 4. 4:27, Marty, first quarter. Time moving. Again, we anticipated that kind of game. A lot of running plays, which the clock will move.
On 3rd and 4, Suppan throwing left, and it's complete to Blake Saba, depending on the mark.
I think he's going to be just short, Marty.
It looks that way because with the touchback, it's right on the marker. He had to get right to the 30-yard line, and he is short.
He is short by about a half a foot. Teddy Jackson expressing some displeasure. I think he's saying that the forward motion was over the line, and there may be a call for a measurement.
I don't think they're going to measure, but he had to get to the yard line. They may measure, but I think he had to get right to the 30-yard line, and that's got to be one of the toughest judgment calls for an official is where was forward progress.
No doubt, and the linesman they do a great job marking the ball. John Banyas there did a nice job defensively to come up and make that tackle.
And they are short as Mike Melnick makes the indication. Nicely forced for our cameras.
Many people think, well, you know what, you should go for it here. You can make a half a foot, but the conventional wisdom is you need to punt the ball away. Let your defense play. Your strong defense, Dallas is. Don't take any chances, especially at this point in the ball game.
John Banyas, number 5, Grant Marshman, number 9, back deep.
Maybe what you might see is a hard count or a long count here to try to draw the Bulldogs offside.
Chuck Suppan, as well as his counterpart Frank Jankowski, punts for his team. Suppan gets away, a beautiful kick with the wind at his back, and it takes a roll inside the 10, and it's going to roll dead at the 6, and that maybe more than anything, shows you the wind.
Exactly right. And Tim pointed that out a few minutes ago. The wind was blowing from our right to left. Grant Marshman looked like he wanted to make the catch, might have misjudged the punt a little bit, went over his head. Good roll for Dallas.
65 yards on the punt for Supon. And Berwick will start 1st and 10 from their own 5.
When you talk about game of field position, game of special teams, a play like that is huge with the wind early in the ball game.
And an empty backfield for Berwick. Jankowski, quick throw to Banyas, and he eludes one tackler, and Banyas gets knocked out of bounds at about the 12 or 13. A nice gain on 1st down.
Yeah, they're going to that side. Jankowski hits Banyas with that short stop about 4 or 5 yards, and then let Banyas do what he can do one-on-one with the cornerback. That time he was able to pick up another, and there you see the replay. He makes the fake inside. Dallas cornerback misses the tackle. Banyas picks up another 3 or 4 yards. 2nd and 8.
Banyas came in with a regular season of only 5 receptions, and he already has 2 this afternoon, as you see on the Stroman Mayer Bakery's first quarter scoreboard. No score with 3:21 left in the opening quarter. And maybe some movement on the offensive line for Berwick.
Yeah, they're going to call it on the right side of the Berwick offensive line, which will move them back 5. Takes away from that first down play. They had good plus yardage, about 8 yards. Now they're faced with the 2nd and about, they had 2nd and 2. Now they're faced with the 2nd and 8.
There you see John Yaskevich, one of the anchors, the starting center for Berwick, the senior, and the veteran and the leader of that offensive line.
Yeah, and they've been very strong all year long. Both the run game and the pass game, Berwick's offensive line has done an excellent job. Gray, Davis, Yaskevich, Check, and Devine.
2nd and 7 from the 8. Dallas showing pressure. Jankowski throws across the middle. It's complete. Again, Corey Green on the slant. 1st down, Berwick.
They run that slant ball inside. It's tough for a cornerback to get position, because if you start moving inside to take that away, they'll hit something on the sideline. Right here it is. The slant ball, just can't get to it. Good throw by Jankowski. Inside where only the receiver can make the catch.
Now, we've seen short passing in this first quarter from Berwick. Do you think in the second, when they get the wind of their back, maybe they'll take some chances?
I would think that they would. To get that wind behind them.
Warner on the carry. Tries to get it to the outside, and he gets dropped for a loss. Coming up to make the play, Ryan Griskevich.
Yeah, they ran that little counter to the right side, and there's nothing there. Dallas defense just steps up to make the play. A lot of congestion at the point of attack, and Warner really couldn't get the ball up the field.
Griskevich playing corner, nice size, 6'2", 190. He's only a junior.
The defensive front for Dallas, Salavantis, Donnelly, Simonitis, and Dombrowski. Big, physical, very tough defensive front.
2nd and 11 from the 19. Jankowski pumps under pressure, and he is sacked.
That time we talked about Corey Green down the sidelines. Exactly what they tried to do. The problem was didn't have time to get the ball off. It was Corey Green one-on-one. That ball has to be thrown quicker. Here you see the replay. He's looking for Jankowski now, looking for Green down the sideline, but pass rush up the field very quickly for Dallas. Berwick faced with a 3rd and 15.
One of those guys in there on the sack, Steve Salavantis, the defensive end, 6 foot, 230, and he's probably one of the smaller guys on that line.
Yeah, we had talked about Dombrowski before being 6'5", 240. They can move also, very quick defensively.
Jankowski rolling left, throwing downfield, and incomplete, looking for Marshman.
That time they rolled Jankowski to the left side to get him away from the rush. He had a little time, Marshman on the sideline, but Marshman's route took him out of bounds. Jankowski made the throw, incomplete. Burrow's going to have to punt it away. 1:28 left, first quarter.
And with punting into the wind, and even though Berwick had a 1st down, Dallas should still make out pretty well in this battle of field position.
Yeah, we're looking at midfield, I would think, for a possession by the Mountaineers.
Jankowski gets off the punt. Barbos takes it at the 48 of Berwick. He's across the 40. Barbos down to the 37. And what you've preached all year, come up and catch the football, and Barbos did in great field position for Dallas.
Nice job of fielding the punt. And again, you need to do that. Can't take a chance letting the ball hit the ground. Not only did a nice job fielding the punt, he ended up with about a 12, 13-yard return.
Stroman Mayer Bakery's first quarter scoreboard, no score, minute 18 left in this opening quarter. And Dallas, with their third offensive possession, starts 1st and 10 in Berwick territory. Suppan is going to throw after the play action. Looking across the middle, it's tipped up and incomplete. Tom Sassini had a chance at it as the pass was intended for the big tight end, Dombrowski.
Dombrowski across the middle on a drag. They made a fake back to the backside. Suppan to the right side. John Banyas again with a great defensive play on the tackle, knocking the ball away.
Winner of this game will play Blue Mountain next weekend for the District 2 AAA Championship. Blue Mountain, an overtime winner over West Scranton last night.
Field goal. One team missed, the other team made.
With the wind to their back, Coach Jackson sends Suppan out of the shotgun. With only a minute 11 left in the opening quarter, Suppan looking to his right, and it's complete. Sabo with the catch. He is inside the 20 to the 17, a gain of about 20.
Trips to the right side, motion in, and then what made the play was a lot of time to throw the ball. Suppan is not bothered at all by the rush. He finds the curl ball in that dead area of the Bulldogs secondary for completion, good yardage.
And we had talked about protecting Suppan. That's a way to give him maybe an extra second by putting him out of the shotgun.
Exactly right. Plus, the offensive line did a nice job for Dallas there on the protection part of it.
A.J. Harris in motion. Jeremy Harris gets the carry. Marshman stacks him up inside the 15.
Off the right side, a little bit of a lead where the first back through was leading up on the linebacker. Second back through Harris picks up good yardage.
You see the time remaining in the opening quarter, no score. Dallas is threatening as they have a 2nd and 6 from the Berwick 12. They're going to get this play off before the end of the quarter. Again, A.J. Harris in motion. And Jeremy Harris again gets the carry. And he'll get to about the 10. And it'll bring up a key third down as time winds down. It's the end of the first quarter. The score: Berwick nothing, Dallas nothing. We'll be back right after this.
The seasons come and go, but here in Pennsylvania Dutch country, time stands still. And in this tradition of care and quality, we created Stroman Dutch country bread and rolls. Like soft, fresh potato bread, 100% whole wheat. And Dutch country potato rolls, each an original recipe, all delicious. Look in the Dutch country section for the kind of bread you thought went out with the horse and buggy. Dutch country, only from Stroman.
Maybe people live in communities like ours for the quality of life. The streets are a little safer, and people know their neighbors. At Berwick Hospital Center, we believe the quality of health care should be as good as the quality of life. That's why we're introducing ER Plus, emergency care with an experienced team that can see you fast with low wait times, because maybe people live here for the quality of health care as well. ER Plus at Berwick Hospital Center. Quality care right here.
Welcome back to Crispin Field. Stroman Mayer's second quarter scoreboard. No score to start this second quarter, and Dallas will have a 3rd and 4 from the 10 to start this second quarter. And it's been a battle of field position, and the key play of that first quarter might have been the 65-yard punt by Chuck Suppan with the wind at his back.
Yeah, no doubt about it. The last 2 running plays have gone off the right side of Dallas offensive line, right side, lead back, and they run Jeremy Harris through there. He's picked up decent yardage on both plays. Let's see what they go to here. Key 3rd down.
3rd and 4. And up again to Jeremy Harris. And he looks to be short of the first down.
He was hit behind the line of scrimmage almost initially, and then his forward progress brought him up, and it looks like it's to be 4th and about 1. They're going to bring the chains across for the measurement.
In that first quarter, Berwick had 58 yards to Dallas's 34. Berwick 4 first downs to only 1 for Dallas, and Berwick had the time of possession 7:40 to 4:20 for Dallas, and Dallas only ran 9 plays to Berwick's 16.
Again, it was a quarter of field position in the punt by Supon. Let's see what happens here. A little more than a yard, Marty.
Now, we mentioned where Dallas was deep in their own territory, a similar situation, and elect to punt. Here, maybe, do you go for it, or do you think that Coach Jackson may try to just get some points out of it?
Well, one of the things, there are 2 thoughts here. Number one, I think they're going to go for it. But number one, you put 3 on the board. You never know in this kind of game. But the other part is it's early in the ball game. And as a coach, you always say to yourself, you can't make a yard, maybe you shouldn't even be in the ball game. So I think that they'll go ahead and try to make first down here.
4th and 1 from the 7. Handoff is to A.J. Harris. He pulls his way inside the 5. A first down for Dallas.
Yeah, what they did was run off the left side, and they ran it a little wide. They didn't run it off guard. They ran that thing wide outside the tackle. And Berwick looked like they were bunched up defensively from guard to guard, and he was able to get outside. Here's the replay. You see him outside here. The tackle was made from the side, and when that happens in short yardage, usually the back gets over the first down marker, and that's what happened there.
1st and goal from the 3. A.J. Harris again on the carry. Nothing there.
Now that time, Marty, he ran it tighter. He ran it off the guard, and there was nothing there. Berwick did a nice job with penetration. Looked like no gain. In fact, it looked like they might be moving that marker back a little bit.
Looked like they got a little push from Decker and Yuskevich up front.
Good penetration in the interior of that defensive front. One of the things Dallas might look at here is trying to get the ball in the corner, whether it's rolling Supon or running the running back Harris wide.
Comes with the blitz, going to the outside for the touchdown will be Ryan Bolton.
They got the ball in the corner, which is what we were talking about. Bolton walks into the end zone. Berwick again from tackle to tackle were very tight. Dallas gets Bolton on the corner for the touchdown.
There you get the replay.
See the replay with the fake inside. Banyas is running with Bolton, but just not enough time to get there. Bolton, as I said, takes it wide for the touchdown.
Kick is up, and it is good. 10:35 left in the second, 7-0 Dallas.
Postage Pros Plus can simplify your mailing and shipping operations and offer you appropriate cost-effective solutions for increased productivity. Postage Pros Plus has a full range of mailing, shipping, and document handling systems from the #1 manufacturer, NeoPost. With financing solutions and an award-winning service department, we stand behind your decisions with support. Top business solutions, equipping the office of tomorrow, today.
A community is people with something in common. First National Bank of Berwick continues to be a proud part of the communities they serve. Whether it's across the bridge, around the corner, or just down the street, First National Bank of Berwick is people serving people. First National Bank of Berwick has been recognized by the Small Business Association for its excellence in granting small business loans to local entrepreneurs. First National Bank of Berwick, we're part of the community, we're in touch with you.
Welcome back to Crispin Field, and Flags will hold up that kickoff.
Yeah, I think we're going to come back and re-kick it. I don't know exactly what the situation was. The kicker was ready to go. Official blew the whistle.
Dallas strikes first in this AAA semifinal in District 2.
Marty, you made reference in the first quarter to what Berwick has the wind at their back in the second quarter. Will they open it up a little bit? Let's see what kind of offensive set Berwick comes out with early. They've emptied the backfield a couple of times in the first quarter. Let's see if they do that here in the second quarter with the wind.
Pruitt and Marshman back deep for Berwick, awaiting the kickoff from Marneau. It's going to be downed by Pruitt.
Again, Pruitt has a little trouble handling the kickoff and has to down the ball. We've seen him this year. He's been very dangerous with the ball. He was a little frustrated with himself not being able to stay up, catch that kickoff. There's the last drive recap. 7 plays, 37 yards. Marty, 2 minutes, 43 seconds. Bolton on that 4-yard touchdown run.
Dallas Athletic Director Jack Lency. Jack, we're in the Northeast Conference for the second year now. Do you see a difference between the Northeast Conference and the Wyoming Valley Conference? Which is beneficial for Dallas?
I think that the quality of play is far better in this conference, Tim, and I don't think anybody could dispute that. In terms of playoff points and state football competition, this is the best conference.
Well, we've got one of those big games here today.
Oh, this is a giant game. There's nothing better than this. Beautiful day. We've got 2 great teams going out here. It's a dandy.
Thanks for taking time to be with us, Jack.
Thank you, Tim.
Back up to you, Marty and Joe.
Thanks a lot, Tim. And on that play, Frank Jankowski got sacked by John Simonitis.
Jankowski tried to come down the line. Looks like an option almost, but there's no running back behind him. He wants to make that throw or turn it up. That time, Simonitis up the field very quickly, sacks Jankowski.
Second and 15 now for Berwick. Jankowski to throw, and it's batted down.
Marty, we talked all year long about throwing the short ball. They ran a slant ball, tried to hit Marshman on the slant. Jankowski took a 3-step drop. If you do not have an aggressive push by your offensive line, the defensive line has a chance to get their hands in the air. That's exactly what happened there to knock the ball down.
Jeremy Harris, the linebacker, batted it down. We want to remind you that today's game between Dallas and Berwick is brought to you in part by Berwick Hospital Center. Quality care right here. 3rd and 15. Jankowski throwing for Decker, out of his reach, incomplete.
Secondary is man-to-man here. Jankowski tried to hit Decker up the field, running Dallas defenders right behind him. Decker couldn't quite put his hands on the ball. Dallas really putting a strong rush on Jankowski right now. Berwick's going to the short passing game, Marty, which they have to do because of that rush.
Jankowski to punt again. And it's going to be fielded by Saba, and he gets up. Forward progress will be marked at the 47. And Dallas again will have good starting field position on the Stroman Bakery, Mayor Bakery's second quarter scoreboard. 9:30 left in the half, and Dallas up 7-0.
The Dallas fans really getting into the ball game on the other side of the field. Jankowski with a nice punt, good return. Dallas starts their offense just about midfield. They have 9:30 left, second quarter. They're up by 7, Marty.
Hayes in motion. Play action. Supon under pressure, gets rid of it. Incomplete, intended for Dwayne Short, but Andy Decker came up the field and applied the pressure.
I tell you, Decker came off the corner. No one touched him. There was a fake to the left side. Then Supon wanted to come back to his right, but Decker was right in his face. Supon's credit, and gives you a little idea how strong he is. He was able to stay up and still make the throw. Almost got it there.
2nd and 10 for the Mountaineers from their own 47. Play action. Supon looking down the field. He's got a man. It's complete. Dwayne Short, and he is down the sideline, and he is going to go in. 53 yards. Touchdown. Touchdown, Dallas.
Berwick, number 21, Josh Davis, tried to take a chance, went underneath, wanted to knock the ball down. Suppan with a nice throw. Touchdown, Dallas. Josh Davis took a chance on it, Marty. Thought he could get to it to knock it down. Didn't happen. Here's the replay. You see the fake by Suppan rolling to his left. He's going to make the throw. See if we can get a shot of it. Josh Davis right there goes in front to knock it down. But as I said, couldn't get a hand on it.
Kevin Arnaud's kick is up, and it is good. 9:17 left in the half, 14-0 Dallas.
Tonight's action is being brought to you by Advanced Employee Services, a professional employer organization. We'll show you how to eliminate the liability associated with your current workforce. Advanced Employee Services, we can save you money.
Tonight's high school football playoff game is being brought to you in part by the Alley Medical Center, 301 West 3rd Street in Berwick. Introducing our new Dr. Go and Dr. Hendershot to better serve our existing patients and our new military veterans medical service. Phone 759-0351.
Hi, I'm Chef Lou, and I'm in the beautiful showroom of the American Paper Supply Company in Berwick, Pennsylvania, for all your restaurant equipment and appliances, plus all kind of bar and janitorial supplies, and the best service on commercial dishwashers. And guess where this one's going, guys? They're great people and a great company. Give them a call at toll-free 1-800-582-6320.
Dwayne Short, his 5th touchdown reception on the season, gives Dallas a 14-0 lead.
A lot of credit to Dwayne Short, too, because Davis went in front for Berwick, tried to knock the ball down. That's very distracting to a receiver. Dwayne Short kept his eye on the ball, made the great catch, and scored the touchdown.
Arnaud squibs a kick, and Berwick will field it at their own 39. The up man, Sean Shadle.
The kick is recovered by number 96, Sean Shadle.
Good job by Berwick there, falling on the ball, making the recovery. Berwick's pretty decent field position. They've not been able to move the football. They came out in the first series in the first quarter, already moved the ball a little bit. Since they've run into some problems, let's see what adjustments they make. They come out with an empty backfield.
And in the matter of a minute and 18 seconds, Dallas scores 2 touchdowns. Jankowski under pressure was hit as he threw, and it was incomplete, intended for Banyas.
And Jankowski slammed hard to the ground there. Dallas up the field very quickly on the sack. Number 44 for Dallas. Excellent job defensively, A.J. Harris.
Leading tackler on this Dallas squad. Now it'll be 2nd and 10 from the Berwick 39. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. 9:12 left in the first half. 14-0 Dallas. Special hello to the fans watching on Service Electric Monoy City and Service Electric Wilkes-Barre, as well as those watching on Adelphia Cable. Pressure again. Jankowski throws, and it's behind Marshman. Incomplete.
Berwick's going to a short passing game. They're trying to run some crossing routes. Jankowski made the throw a little bit behind Marshman. Jankowski goes to the sideline very quickly to talk to Coach Curry. He might have seen something and telling Coach they can maybe exploit some part of that defense. But right now, the Dallas front plus A.J. Harris at the linebacker spot. Harris is coming almost every down, trying to get up the field. The play before that, he sacked Jankowski. That time he wasn't able to get there.
3rd and 10 from the 39. Jankowski rolling left. Throwing. It's complete to Banyas, and he cuts it back. John Banyas is going to go 61 yards. Touchdown, Berwick.
I don't know if that's what Jankowski saw, but I'll tell you what. Great athletic move by Banyas. Makes the catch, stays in bounds, gets away from the cornerback, the defender, down the field for the score for the Bulldogs.
You got to look at it.
Right here, you're going to see the throw. Good throw by Jankowski. Banyas, great shot by the cameraman. Makes a good move there. Defender runs by him. Wasn't under control. Banyas down the sideline for the score.
And Joe, you mentioned the cameraman. That's that Mike Lula back at it. He took a big hit again last night, but he's right back in it again today.
I'll tell you what, he's going to be in the All-State team, that guy. If you have time to throw it and you're one-on-one, which is what happened there, I'm not sure what the call was there.
Penalty called against Berwick.
It's a 15-yarder, too.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. And it looks like Coach Curry would like an explanation.
Well, they must give him any coach, they have to give him an explanation.
Sassini is going to try the kick from the 25, so in essence 35 yards.
The plus to this is he has the wind behind his back. He's not going into it, but it's going to be a pretty good kick.
Kick is up and no good. 8:56 left in the first half. 14-6 Dallas.
Today's game is being brought to you in part by Dr. David J. Ball, specializing in orthopedics and sports medicine for all ages. We offer professional services in the Bloomsburg, Berwick, and Sunbury areas. Hours are by appointment only. For more information, call 387-2282.
For all your seasonal and holiday decorating needs, come to the Ribbon and Bow Outlet, located on Route 11 between Berwick and Bloomsburg. We offer a huge variety of quality ribbons at real factory outlet prices. Call for store hours and directions. All sales are cash and final. For value, quality, and selection, it's the Ribbon and Bow Outlet.
The Kelshner McMichael Funeral Home Berwick and the McMichael Funeral Home Benton are committed to serving the area with quality, integrity, and compassion. For generations, the Kelshner McMichael Funeral Home and the McMichael Funeral Home have been devoted to maintaining superior attention to service and detail. The Kelshner McMichael Funeral Home and the McMichael Funeral Home, providing uncompromising service for your peace of mind.
The Stroman Mayer Bakery second quarter scoreboard, 14-6, Dallas over Berwick, 8:56 left in the half. Sassini's kickoff. It's going to be taken out across the 20-yard line by Bolton. A flag is down.
Normally a holding call on kickoff. Let's see what the call is. Good kickoff by Sassini deep to the 5-yard line.
Block below the knees. Dallas will be pushed back deep in their own territory. The last drive recap.
You see 61 yards, 21 seconds, 61-yard touchdown pass. Jankowski to Banyas. A great move by Banyas on the sideline.
Be marched back just across the 10-yard line in Dallas territory. And you had mentioned the Dallas fans getting into it. That touchdown by Banya seems to have gotten this Berwick crowd into it.
Yeah, it woke them up. There's no doubt about it. They're into the ball game now. Marty checking in the press box. They said the penalty was for a celebration after the touchdown for Berwick.
1st and 10 for Dallas. And whistles blow.
I think the call is going to be offside on Berwick. He pointed to number 92. The official was telling number 92, Andy Decker.
Good ball, follow.
That'll make it a 1st and 5. We'll call it the 16. You see the Stroman Mayer Bakery second quarter scoreboard, 8:47 left in the half, 14-6 Dallas. Berwick trying to ride the momentum of a touchdown pass from Frank Jankowski to John Banyas. Handoff is to Jeremy Harris. And he is close to the 20-yard line.
Job there off the left side. Open a little bit of a gap. Harris gets the ball up the field. Dallas faced with the second and about 2. Dallas Dallas going into the win, Marty, here. They're thinking a little bit about ball possession, pick up the first down, move the chains a little bit, keep the ball out of Berwick's hands.
Second and short, Hayes in motion. Again, Harris on the carry. He's got the first down and more. Jeremy Harris out to the 30.
Harris bounced that outside, did a nice job turning it up the field, picked up good yardage. You see the players, Harris looked like he was going off tackle, then bounced it outside. Linebackers for both teams are stepping up quickly, plugging the holes, and that takes away from that lateral pursuit for a linebacker to help out. That time Harris got to the corner, or bounced it to the corner, and then turned it up the field. Secondary now has to come up and make the tackle.
First and 10 from the 30. Play action. Suppan to throw. It's complete to A.J. Harris. He's got a first down, and he's still on his feet as he gets into Berwick territory. A big play and a big run by A.J. Harris.
That's almost a wing T play, Marty, and that's a fake to one side. Suppan, then they slip the fullback into the flat. Suppan will come around to the left side and just dump the ball to Harris. It's a fairly safe pass. Good catch by Harris. A great job of running after the catch.
And it was very similar to that touchdown to Short, except this time he went to A.J. Harris.
The touchdown was deeper, that's right, and this time he went to the fullback in the flat.
Handoff to A.J. Harris right up the middle, and he is close to first down yardage, and basically it looked like they just spread out Berwick and sent Harris right up the middle.
And hit that quick hitter, exactly right. There was nothing fancy about that handoff from Suppan to Harris. Harris bangs it up in there, and then you see the replay. See Harris with the handoff, just pops it up by the linebackers into the secondary. Harris is 6 foot 230. He can move it up the field.
First and 10 from the Berwick 34. Under 7 minutes remaining in the half. Handoff again to A.J. Harris. This time Berwick sniffs it out for no gain.
Yeah, one of the things now, it's football's a little bit like a chess game. You do this, they try to counter by doing something else, and then you have to come back. Now Berwick is plugging hard again. I wouldn't be surprised to see a fake inside and Suppan trying to get on the corner again to throw the football.
6.5 minutes remaining in the opening half. Dallas jumped out to a 14-0 lead. Berwick has gotten 6 on the board. An 8-point lead for the Mountaineers as they're on the move. Second and 10 from the 34. Empty backfield for Dallas. Suppan rolling right, throws, and it's complete to Short as he gets inside the 30 to about the 29.
Here's the replay. You see again Suppan making the fake. I just talked about that. He dumps the short pass to Short. Number 32 for Berwick. Excellent job. Marv Eagleman comes up and makes the tackle.
Third down and 5 from the 29. Whistles, and I think Ted Jackson takes his first time out. 5:35 left in the half, and he leads by 8.
Teddy Jackson,
Motor World in Wilkes-Barre announces a deal that doesn't get any better than this deal. Motor World in Wilkes-Barre announces incredible discount on 14 different SUV models, 4 different pickup truck models. Discounts so incredible you absolutely must see them to believe them. Wow. Motor World in Wilkes-Barre is truck tough, but the savings and discounts will melt your heart. So get down here before your brother-in-law or you'll never hear the end. Truck tough, incredible discounts. At Motor World in Wilkes-Barre, your road to total satisfaction.
For all your seasonal and holiday decorating needs, come to the Ribbon and Bow Outlet, located on Route 11 between Berwick and Bloomsburg. We offer a huge variety of quality ribbons at real factory outlet prices. Call for store hours and directions. All sales are cash and final. For value, quality, and selection, it's the Ribbon and Bow Outlet.
Tonight's high school football playoff game is brought to you in part by the Mayo Funeral Home, 110 Chestnut Street in Berwick. Phone 752-2759, providing service to all faiths in your time of need.
after the Dallas timeout. Stroman Mayer's scoreboard 14-6 Dallas. 5:35 left in the half. 3rd and 5 from the 29. Suppan under pressure, and he eludes one man, and he throws downfield, and incomplete, out of bounds was the intended receiver, Ryan Griskevich, but great athleticism by Suppan to elude the rush.
Excellent job. Berwick had Andy Gray up the field right now. Suppan's able to get away from Andy Gray, keep his balance, make the throw. Receiver could not control the football, went out of bounds. Dallas now takes a timeout. Great job by Andy Gray getting up the field. I was saying before we went had a break, they called timeout. Teddy Jackson was about to the hash mark at that point, and obviously Dallas was in the wrong offensive set, so he wanted to make that correction.
Today's game is brought to you by Dr. Patrick Kerrigan and the staff at the Hart Medical Center, located at 476 Hazel Avenue in Wilkes-Barre. They're happy to be a sponsor of this playoff game between Dallas and Berwick. Call the Hart Medical Center, 822-5800. Jim Burns gives us the quarterback comparison. Suppan, 5 of 10, 107 yards and a touchdown, has yet to be sacked today. Jankowski, 5 of 12, 110 yards and a touchdown, and he's been sacked twice.
Dallas here with the 4th and about 6. Looks like they're going to line up and go for it. 5:26 left, second quarter.
And Suppan will go out of the shotgun. Suppan under pressure, looking to run 40, fumbles the football, it's loose, and it doesn't matter much who recovers. Dallas or Berwick will take over on downs.
We also have a flag down. I don't know if that was motion on the offense. I think it probably was movement on the offense. Berwick will take over on downs. Illegal motion.
And Berwick will decline and take over.
Berwick very quickly up the field. Marty Suppan really didn't have a chance to look at all in the secondary. He was running for his life. Dropped the ball. Andy Gray again with great pressure up the field along with several other Berwick players.
Berwick gave up some yardage, but when the defense needed to, it stood strong, and now they'll take over. 5:19 left in the half, and Berwick with all 3 timeouts remaining. Dallas left with only 1. Jankowski with the empty backfield, and here comes the blitz again. Jankowski looking downfield for Corey Green, over his head, incomplete, and a flag will be thrown.
Yeah, they're going to make that call.
Looked like Griskevich held him up, and that's probably what the officials ruling.
The route was inside, and the defensive back really kept his hands on the receiver. If he hadn't put his hands on the receiver, I don't think there had been a call. There you see it right there with the contact, and we're going to show it again. But he has his hands on the receiver here. If he'd have just, right there, Marty, if he'd have just went up the field, there wouldn't have been a call, but it's a pass interference call against the Mountaineers.
Be 1st and 10 from the Berwick 45 after the pass interference penalty. 5:14 left in the half. Dallas 14, Berwick 6. Jankowski under pressure, eludes it, throwing downfield for Banyas, and he overthrows him, incomplete.
Yeah, Jankowski was sprinting to the right side, had pressure for Harris again. He was going right. Banyas' route was from right to left, so Jankowski put it up over the middle, but Banyas already had completed the route across the field, couldn't get back to make the catch. Berwick's going to no backs here, Marty, throwing the football.
Second and 10. Again, empty backfield for Berwick. Corey Green in motion, and he'll get the carry. He is across the 45, across the 50 into Dallas territory, down at about the 49. It'll bring up a third down and about 4.
Berwick has been coming out with no backs. You have to find a way to run the football a little bit to keep the defense honest. That time they put Green in motion. We talked about him not playing last week, playing this week, being a central figure, and he is that. He picks up good yardage on that second down play.
Clock running, approaching 4.5 minutes remaining in this opening half. Dallas up 8. Winner of this game plays Blue Mountain next weekend for the District 2 AAA Championship. Sight and time will be determined. Flags are down.
And I think we're going to have a time. Berwick's going to be penalized 5 yards for too much time.
That'll make it a 3rd and 8 from the 47 of Berwick. Clock stopped, 4:19 left in the half. 14-6 Dallas. We thank you for joining us this afternoon for this District 2 AAA semifinal here on WYLN. Jankowski to throw on 3rd down. Looking at it, in and out of the hands, incomplete. Again, trying that quick slant to Corey Green.
And again, Dallas with the big rush. They're one-on-one. Jankowski puts a good throw in there. Green just couldn't hold on to it, so Berwick will have to punt it away.
Barbosa and Saba back deep, standing at their own 15. Jankowski gets off a nice punt. It'll go over their heads and into the end zone for the touchback. And again, we might have seen evidence of that wind at Jankowski's back on that punt.
Yeah, he's been hitting the ball very well all year with his punting. That time, the Dallas punt return people did a very good job. Once you get inside the 10-yard line, get away from the ball, let it take the bounce there. More than likely, it's going into the end zone. You take a chance. You don't want to try to field it inside the 10-yard line, and that's what they did there, and let it roll into the end zone.
Stroman Mayer Bakery scoreboard 14-6 Dallas, 4:07 left in this opening half. Supon will hand off to Bolton, and Bolton will get up to about the 23.
Bolton came motion left to right and then came back on a little bit of a counter back to the left side of the Dallas offensive line. Picks up about 4 yards on the first down. Dallas here wanting to control the clock. They're under 3 minutes and 40 seconds right now. On the carry, and he has a first down out to about the 32. Yeah, they're really banging the ball at the left side of that Dallas offensive line, picking up good yardage. That time was about a 9-yard gain. Coach Curry signaling over to the right side. He wants some kind of adjustment, but there you see it. Good block by the fullback. Then Harris turns it up for, as I said, about 9 or 10 yards in the first down.
1st and 10. Play action. Supon looking downfield, and he threw it away incomplete.
What happened, Marty, was the play took a long time to develop, and the receiver had already run the route, and he was out of bounds. So Supon really had no place to throw the ball. That's the play where you hit the fullback in the flat or you hit the deeper. Both patterns covered. He threw it away. 2nd down.
Second and 10. Ball at the 32. Handoff to A.J. Harris, and he gets stacked up for a short gain. Andy Decker in on the play.
Dallas came out, Marty, trips to the right side. They were spread pretty good. What they're trying to do there is spread the secondary and then hit A.J. Harris on a quick hitter. Picked up a couple of yards. Dallas faced with the third down.
And Berwick will take their first time out of the half. 2:39 left in the half, and they're down 8.
One will be good to you with personal attention and outstanding service every step of the way. Isn't that what we all want?
Let Carpet One help you find what you want today. Every type of flooring is on sale now during the holiday home flooring sale at Carpet One. Save on Bigelow Invincible Plus starting at $199 a square foot and pay nothing for 1 year.
Carpet One. When it comes to flooring, nobody does it better.
Hi, I'm Marty Burns. And I'm Rocco Petrone, head football coach at Hazleton Area High School.
Join us every week for Rocco Petrone's Extra Points, your weekly source for Hazleton Area High School football.
And each week we'll have players on as our guests.
So that's Rocco Petrone's Extra Points every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at 8:30, right here on WYLN.
Welcome back to Crispin Field. I'm Marty Burns, joined by Joe DeMelfi, Tim Thompson on the sidelines, Jim Burns on stats. 3rd and 9 for Dallas. Supon to throw, quick hitter and incomplete. Intended for A.J. Harris.
Yeah, they wanted to hit Harris. They were spread. They wanted to hit Harris, the inside receiver, just after he crosses the line of scrimmage and by the linebackers. But incomplete pass. Berwick will get the ball back with about 2:30 left in the second quarter.
Marshman and Banyas back deep, awaiting the punt from Chuck Supon. We'll see how he does this time. He's putting into the wind. That goes up, and it looks like that wind bats it down. And Berwick will have great starting field position inside midfield at the Dallas 49.
Berwick left, Marty, with 2 timeouts. So 2:28 on the clock, so plenty of time to work their offense, and they are, again, the wind is behind them. Keep mentioning that wind because as we look at the flag, and Tim Thompson on the sidelines had talked about in the first quarter, it's definitely a factor.
Do you think that wind will mess his hair, though? The fashion plate that he is.
I don't think.
First and 10 Bulldogs in Dallas territory. Jankowski looking down the middle. He's got a man. It's Marshman, and he is down inside the 20 at about the 19, a gain of 30.
Well, the last series, Marshman had his defender beat. I guarantee you he went to the sideline. He said, we're going to need to do that again. And here you see it, the post pattern. Marshman beats, again, one-on-one. It's man in the secondary. Dallas is trying to cover man-to-man, trying to get the rush to them. That time didn't really put a rush on Jankowski. Marshman with a good catch.
And once again, the Berwick fans starting to get into the game. First and 10, Jankowski looking to the end zone for Green. It's tipped up and incomplete. On the coverage, Ryan Griskevich.
Griskevich with a great job. The ball was in the air a long time. Jankowski had to put some air under it. Here's the replay. Jankowski rolling to the right side. You see the ball there. A lot of air under it. Griskevich does a nice job reacting there. Knocks the ball away.
And that ball, as you saw in that replay, was in Corey Green's hands. Griskevich with the defense knocking it out. And I believe Coach Curry wants to call his second timeout of the half. 2:02 left, and he trails by 8 as we keep it right here. And this could be the key part of this game. Berwick scores, they can take some momentum into the locker room. If Dallas is able to stop them, they can take some momentum into the locker room as well.
Yeah, I think the ebb and flow in a game like this is always, you'll find during the course of the game, there are 4 or 5 key plays. Griskevich there with a great play defensively. He was beat. He was able to turn around and make the play. And again, Jankowski put some air under the ball, which is the reason he had a chance to get there and knock it away, because Corey Green definitely had that thing in his hands at the first part of that play. Berwick faced here, they have one more timeout left. There is 2:02 on the clock, and they have the ball on the 20-yard line of Dallas.
And again, Berwick will come out with an empty backfield. Trips to the left. Green is at the top of your screen. Jankowski looks left. Throwing and incomplete. I'm not sure if he was looking for Spores or Marshman.
It looked like Marshman. It looked like he just got the ball up a little bit. Again, Harris trying to come off the corner with a little pressure. Didn't get there. Jankowski had some time. Marshman ran his route a little flatter, I think, than Jankowski had anticipated. He got the ball over his head.
3rd down and 10. Berwick just has to get across the Dallas 10 for a first down. Minute 59 left in the half. Berwick trails by 8. Jankowski will go out of the shotgun. Under pressure, he gets rid of it, and incomplete. Flags are down.
Yeah, they're going to call that play. Defender there reached in, but he had his hand, I think, on his back, and that's the call on Dallas. Here you see the replay, and there's the throw. Looks like Marshman again has him beat. Right there you see the Dallas defender with the hand on the back, and again the call by the official.
Ball be marked half the distance. And it'll be a first down. Put the chains down, 1st and goal, inside the 10 for Berwick. Again, an empty backfield. Here comes the blitz. Jankowski throws, incomplete, intended for Corey Green.
Ball was thrown a little low. Again, I think some people looked for a flag on that play, but the ball was thrown low. The official, I think, felt that the ball would hit the ground before the catch could have been made. So there's no flag. 2nd down goal for the Bulldogs from just inside the 10-yard line. Dallas is really playing man-to-man, and it's tough to do that, Marty. Play man-to-man, especially if the quarterback has some time to throw the ball. Pass rush, the last couple of series, Berwick has done a nice job blocking the rush.
Banyas, Marshman, and Spores to Jankowski's left. And he's hit as he was getting rid of the ball, and they're going to rule that it was incomplete, that he was in the throwing motion, incomplete.
Salavantis up the field was one of the first Dallas players to be there on the rush.
And Coach Curry wants to take his last time out.
Here you see the replay. Up the field, you see Jankowski there setting himself. Now you see Salavantis left side, makes a good hit.
And good call by referee Mike Melnick. It did look like Jankowski's arm was moving forward.
Right.
The proper call, incomplete pass. Now, my question to you, if you're Coach Curry, does this become 2-down territory? Or do you, if you don't, barring a sack or anything like that, a loss of yardage, if you don't make it on 3rd down, do you consider kicking the field goal?
If I did not advance the ball here more than 3 or 4 yards, I would consider kicking the field goal. Put you at 14-9 at the half. We talked about Salavantis putting pressure. A.J. Harris also up the field for Dallas, putting pressure on the quarterback on that play. So Berwick has done a decent job. That's the first breakdown they've had with pass blocking in the last couple of series. I think you want to come away with some points, Marty. And as I said, if you don't gain, if it's 4th and goal from the 2 or 3, then I'd think about maybe putting it in. But you want to come away with some points.
Sassini, the lone back. 3rd and goal. Play action. Jankowski looking for Warner, and it leads him a little bit too far. Incomplete. It'll bring up 4th down.
Yeah, they ran Warner back outside. Jankowski came to his left, ran Warner out to the right side up the field. Dallas did a nice job defensively. Jankowski couldn't get the ball to him, so it's 4th down, goal from the 9-yard line.
And it looks like Cecchini will go to the sideline, so Berwick is going to go for it here on 4th and goal.
Obviously need to get the ball in the end zone, so they're going to throw it in the end zone. Spread formation, no backs. Dallas right now thinking, and I think there's going to be a timeout here. Dallas is calling the timeout. So Eddie Jackson wanted to take a look at that offensive set.
And now both teams will be out of timeout, so if Dallas gets the ball back, if they're able to hold, I would think they would probably just run out the clock.
Yeah, they're going to be under
their timeouts.
Yeah, about 1:30. They don't want to take any chances down here with the turnover. So I think you're exactly right. Let's see if George Curry comes out now with a different offensive look. Teddy Jackson took a look at the formation. They came out, decided. He decided to change the defense. Let's see if Coach Curry has made a change offensively.
4th and goal just outside the 10, and it looks like Cecchini is now in to try the field goal.
As I said, you get down to this part of the field, you really hate to come away with no points, so you'd like to at least take 3. Let's see if Cecchini can do that.
John Banyas will be on the hold. Gets it down. Kick is up, and it is good. With 1:38 left in the half, Dallas has their lead cut to 5 at 14-9 on the 26-yard field goal by Tom Cecchini. As you see on the Stroman Mayer Bakery scoreboard, 14-9 Dallas. And almost a victory for both squads. Berwick gets some points. Dallas didn't allow the touchdown.
Well, like I said before, you drive the ball this far. I mean, if you were Dallas, you don't want them to score any points, because in a game like this, those 3 points can be big once we get to the end of the ball game. But Berwick comes away with 3 points. Coach Curry came out with a spread formation. Dallas called timeout. After thinking about it, I think he felt, let's go for the field goal, see if we can at least get to 3. Better chance of that. Cecchini has a pretty good foot, Marty. He was a little to the left, I think, but he had plenty of distance on the kick.
Jason Warner to kick off. Bolton is back deep for Dallas. Warner's kickoff will be taken by Bolton at the 5. He's across the 10. He's across the 20. Bolton right up the middle, and he'll be brought down.
Adam Winter, nice tackle by Winter on the special teams. A sophomore, 5'11", about 170. Down the field very quickly, makes a nice tackle.
Mentioned both teams out of timeouts, 1:32 left, and we'll see how Coach Jackson will approach it. So he's 1st and 10 from his own 29.
I think you approach it, you don't want to do anything that might cause that turnover, so you rely on the ground game, which I think Dallas will do, bang it up in there and use the clock. No timeouts left for either team.
Jeremy Harris out to the 32, a gain of about 3. Dallas will probably take as much time as they can between plays and head into the locker room with a 5-point lead.
One of the things both teams at halftime will look at what they've done offensively, and both teams have moved the football. I mean, it's probably more of an air game than we thought it was going to be. They put the ball up.
Now A.J. Harris gets to carry, and he's still on his feet, just keeping those legs churning. A great effort by A.J. Harris to get Dallas a 1st down out to the 44, about the 45. 46.7 seconds left.
Said before with Harris, he's 6 foot, about 230. He just plods along. If you don't wrap your arms on him, he's going to take you along with him and the ball down the field. So Berwick has to do a better job of tackling there.
Suppan fakes the toss, and he is going to run with it. He's into Berwick territory, and he is going to be brought down after he gets enough for a first down.
The clock stopped for first down. Teddy Jackson giving instructions from the sideline. He wants Dallas on the ball. 20.3 seconds left. Now's the time you could throw it down the field, Marty. That time Suppan came out, wanted to get it down the field. Spikes the ball to stop the clock with 16.8 seconds.
That'll make it a second down. 10 from the 43 of Berwick.
Referee just marked the ball. That means they have 25 seconds. They're on the sideline right now talking to Coach Jackson. They have 25 seconds to get this play off.
You see Coach Curry on the Berwick sideline. And now whistles. An official timeout.
We have a...
Did somebody shaken up on the Berwick sideline, or maybe just an...
Or do we have a contact lens on the ground someplace? It looks like there's a... looking for something there, and the Berwick player, Tom Sassini.
And I think it was his contact.
I don't think you want to put it in right now with... coming off the ground. Coach Curry sending substitute in for Tom Sassini.
Mike Vitti mentioned playing this week as he was out last week. Second and 10 from the 43. 16.8 seconds left in the half. Suppan throwing to his right, and it's complete to Griskevich. Griskevich will be brought down at about the 21. 6.6 seconds left.
And they're going to have to get to the ball, spike the ball to stop the clock. They'll have one more play to try to throw it into the end zone.
Clock is stopped as they move the chains. Starts. Suppan will spike it. Only 4.5 seconds in the half, and probably only time for one more play for Dallas.
Throw it in the end zone to see if you can come up with the touchdown before the half. Referee marks the ball. Dallas has 25 seconds again. They are conferring with Coach Jackson on the sideline. They need to throw. You can't throw it across the middle short here because if the person is tackled, there's no way they're going to get to the end zone. So you really need to make the throw to the end zone, Marty, which means they have to have good pass protection. Berwick's pass rush has been decent this afternoon. Dallas's offensive front has to do a good job pass blocking.
One play for Dallas, and again whistles.
Too much time. A lot of the conference, I'll tell you what, that really didn't hurt them. They have the play, that 5 yards, they have to go to the end zone, so that 5 yards really isn't going to be the difference here. They were on the sidelines talking to Coach Jackson. They have to do a quick, get to the ball quicker to get the snap off.
Suppan throwing across the middle, tipped and incomplete, and time has run out on a very exciting first half of play in this District 2 AAA semifinal. And the score at the half, Dallas 14, Berwick 9, and we'll be back right after this.
When a crisis arose in your community, you counted on us to keep you informed.
When news happened at City Hall, you relied on us to be there.
We cared enough to inform you on how to keep our highway workers safe.
And you trusted us to educate the community on the growing drug problem.
WYLN 35, a number you can count on.
A number you can rely on.
A number that cares.
WYLN 35, a number you can trust.
As the 2001 football season comes down the home stretch, there's a lot of things you don't want to miss.
I'm Tim Thompson. Join me and Coach Curry on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday evenings at 8 o'clock on WYLN.
soup, it's at Chef Lou. Chef Lou. Blended oil, balsamic vinegar too. Beef chicken, vegetarian too. It's how you cooking. Made easy for you, it's at Chef Lou. Chef Lou. Chef Lou, seen right here, only on WILN 35. Tune in every week for our own Chef Lou. Chef Lou.
The devastation in New York, Washington, D.C., and western Pennsylvania will have far-reaching effects across our nation. Many businesses, large and small, stand to suffer because of the events which occurred on September 11th. In light of this, WYLN and Satellite Advertising Network ask that you continue to support local business. By supporting our local economy, we're fighting back against terrorism. We will all win by keeping the American economy strong. By working together, we can continue to show the world that we are all proud Americans.
Catch a few fish, cook a few fish, and you've got just what the world needs, a fishing and cooking show. And this one is fun. Join me, Roger Mallon, for the Fishin' Kitchen. We'll go fishing, we'll bring home the catch, and we'll cook them up with delicious, healthy recipes. Easy to do. If I can do it, you can do it. Believe me. Join me every week for hooking and cooking on the Fishin' Kitchen. We'll have a good time.
Welcome back to Crispin Field. It is halftime on the Stroman Mayer Bakery scoreboard. 14-9, Dallas over Berwick. An exciting first half, very well played by both squads, and both teams landing some blows. Dallas jumping out early, 14-0, and then Berwick coming back to get 9 points and cut the deficit to 5, heading to halftime. On the field right now, the Dallas area marching band, and looks like they're just about ready. We'll send it down field level for their halftime performance. has been the Dallas area marching band with their halftime performance here at Crispin Field in the District 2 AAA semifinal between Berwick and Dallas, in which the Mountaineers lead 14-9 at the half. And Joe, your thoughts on that first half of action?
I said before, Marty, when we were in the second quarter, the game surprised me a little bit because both teams putting the ball in the air. I think I felt that the pass would be important, but it would be important as part of the running game. And Berwick really, they've gone to that spread formation with no backs quite a few times in the first half. 14-9, the score doesn't surprise me. We thought it would be a fairly low-scoring affair. Supan's punt in the first half was a big part of that half and really helped Dallas with their first score. I think what we can look for in the second half, both teams have been playing fairly well. They still use the run as an important part of what they do. And again, the wind will continue to be a factor here in the second half. First half, I think it was a big factor.
Now coming out, Dallas will get the football, so I believe Berwick will get to choose which side they want to go at first to start this third quarter. Which way do you think Coach Curry will let to go?
Well, one of the thoughts is you say, okay, I have to kick the ball, but when do I want the win? Do I want it in the fourth quarter or do I want it in the third quarter? My thought is Berwick will go ahead and kick, and I think Coach Curry may take the win. And again, it is a factor in the fourth quarter. It'll be interesting to see what decision they make, but I think he will elect to kick into the wind and give Dallas the wind early and then take the wind in the fourth quarter.
Okay, we're going to have more halftime festivities on the Stroman Mayer Bakery scoreboard. Dallas 14, Berwick 9.
When a crisis arose in your community, you counted on us to keep you informed.
When news happened at City Hall, you relied on us to be there.
We cared enough to inform you on how to keep our highway workers safe.
And you trusted us to educate the community on the growing drug problem.
WYLN 35, a number you can count on.
A number you can rely on.
A number that cares.
WYLN 35, a number you can trust.
As the 2001 football season comes down the home stretch, there's a lot of things you don't want to miss.
I'm Tim Thompson. Join me and Coach Curry on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday evenings at 8 o'clock on WYLN.
Italian pasta too. It's the butter and some flour mixed through. Marinara, chicken piccata too. It's that Chef Lou. Chef Lou. Blended oil, balsamic vinegar too. Beef chicken, vegetarian too. Italian cooking, made easy for you. It's that Chef Lou. Chef Lou. Chef Lou, seen right here, only on WYLN 35. Tune in every week for our own Chef Lou. Chef Lou.
The devastation in New York, Washington, D.C., and western Pennsylvania will have far-reaching effects across our nation. Many businesses, large and small, stand to suffer because of the events which occurred on September 11th. In light of this, WYLN and Satellite Advertising Network ask that you continue to support local business. By supporting our local economy, we're fighting back against terrorism. We will all win by keeping the American economy strong. By working together, we can continue to show the world that we are all proud Americans.
Catch a few fish, cook a few fish, and you've got just what the world needs, a fishing and cooking show. And this one is fun. Join me, Roger Mallon, for the Fishin' Kitchen. We'll go fishing, we'll bring home the catch, and we'll cook them up with delicious, healthy recipes. easy to do. If I can do it, you can do it. Believe me. Join me every week for Hookin' and Cookin' on the Fishin' Kitchen. We'll have a good time.
Welcome back to Crispin Field in Berwick. Halftime of the District 2 AAA semifinal. Stroman Mayer Bakery scoreboard 14-9 Dallas over Berwick. And we're going to get a scoring recap of that first half. We're going to look at the touchdowns. First, Ryan Bolton.
This is Bolton on the outside. Remember we talked about trying to hit it up inside, try to get somebody in the corner. Bolton on the outside, 4-yard touchdown run. Then we had Suppan with the throw to short for about a 52-yard touchdown. They've thrown this pass several times in the first half, Marty, and it's been successful. Davis made a move for the ball for Berwick. Couldn't do it. And then we have Banyas on the sideline, pass from Jankowski. Man-to-man, one-on-one in secondary. Banyas makes a good move on the sideline, turns it up the field for the touchdown, 61 yards.
And that made it 14-6 at that point. And then with 1:38 left in the half, Tom Cicini kicked a 26-yard field goal to make it 14-9. Get a look at the halftime stats compiled by Jim Burns.
Marty, first downs, Dallas has 10, Berwick 8. Rushing yards, Dallas 87, Berwick 11. A little bit of a surprise. Passing yards, Berwick 140, Dallas 127. Total yards, 214 for the Mountaineers, 151 for the Bulldogs. Penalties, 5 penalties, 45 yards for Dallas, 3 penalties, 15 yards for Berwick. No turnovers for either team. We talked about turnovers being important.
Those have been the halftime stats of this first half of play between Dallas and Berwick. And we get some individual numbers now. Jeremy Harris had 9 carries, 39 yards. A.J. Harris, 6 carries, 28 yards. And Ryan Bolton, 2 carries, 8 yards and the touchdown. Jason Warner carried the ball 6 times for 14 yards for Berwick. Throwing the football, Suppan, 6 of 16, 127 yards and a touchdown. And no sacks. And we had talked about protecting Suppan in the pregame. Jankowski, 6 of 20, 140 yards and a touchdown. And he's been sacked 2 times. Receiving, Dwayne Short, 2 receptions, 57 yards and a touchdown. Blake Sabat, 2 receptions, 25 yards. A.J. Harris, a reception for 25 yards. And Ryan Griskevich, a reception for 20 yards. John Banyas, 3 receptions, 81 yards and the touchdown. Corey Green, 2 receptions, 29 yards. And Grant Marshman, a reception for 30 yards. Suppan punting, 3 punts for 38.3 average. Jankowski, 5 punts for an average of 38 yards a punt. Time of possession, we mentioned how Berwick controlled in the first quarter. Dallas came back to lead the half overall, 12 minutes and 52 seconds of possession. Berwick only 11:08. Plays pretty even. 35 run by Dallas for a 6.1 average, 31 by Berwick for a 4.9 average. But the sign there, 66 plays in that opening half.
Yeah, that's a lot of football plays for one half. The other thing, Marty, is that Berwick has a disappointment in the first half. It's their running. They really have not rushed the ball, I'm sure, as well as they'd like to.
And both teams on the field stretching and getting ready for this second half of action. And Joe, what are you going to look for in this second half?
I don't think a lot different from the first half. It was a physical football game. We talked about it before the ball game, said it would be physical. It was exactly that. Again, surprised a little bit about how much the ball's in the air, but it's a kind of game. You have to make the run work for you, but use the pass effectively. And Berwick is getting a lot of man-to-man coverage by Dallas in the secondary. Dallas is going man and trying to put a rush on. And Berwick's exploited that a couple times. One was with touchdown to Banyas on the sideline. He did a great job of controlling himself. The defender ran by and he scored the touchdown. I think Cicini's field goal may turn out to be big in this ball game.
And we are just about set for the start of the second half. We'd like to welcome the fans watching this afternoon on Adelphia Cable, as well as Service Electric Illinois City and Service Electric Wilkes-Barre, along with all of our other full-time viewers of high school football here on WYLN. I'm Marty Burns, joined by Joe DeMelfi. Tim Thompson is on the sidelines, and Jim Burns on stats. And just a few moments away from the start of this second half between Dallas and Berwick, and as we mentioned, the winner will play next week at a site and time to be determined against Blue Mountain for the championship, and Blue Mountain coming away with an overtime victory over West Scranton.
Blue Mountain's been, the last couple of years, Marty, has been a very good football program. West Scranton also, we had them here a few years ago, if I remember right, in a playoff game with Berwick. So both of those teams very representative programs and strong programs.
Waiting for the captains of Dallas to get together to talk with the officials. As Coach Curry waits patiently.
We had talked, and I had said that I thought that Coach Curry might kick into the wind, so they takes the wind in the fourth quarter. That's one of the things we'll look for here. Dallas will receive. They deferred, if we remember correctly, to the beginning of the ball game. Dallas deferred, and so they will take the ball here at the beginning of the second half. If the pass is going to play an important part of what Berwick thinks they can do here in the second half, then I would think Coach Curry would want the wind in the fourth quarter. Then again, if you think, well, I have the wind in the third quarter, I have to make it work for me then, and then go to the run in the fourth quarter. Because as much as we talked about that, it has been a little bit of a factor.
And the captains are together meeting with referee Mike Melnick. Just moments away from the start of the second half. And one thing we haven't talked about the wind, but turned out to be a nice afternoon for football, second Saturday in November.
Yeah, it has, and I was wrong to begin the start of the second half. I hope I have a better second half. Berwick takes the win here in the third quarter.
If that's any indication, then I should have a good day, since today the big battle in Wilkes-Barre between Kings and Wilkes.
The Battle of Wilkes-Barre.
The Mayor's Cup.
The Monarchs and the Colonels. Should be right in the thick of it right about now.
And we want to send out happy birthday wishes on this Saturday afternoon to Chris D., a member of our production crew here at WYLN. So a happy birthday to Chris. Put him to work on his birthday, but hopefully after the game he'll be able to enjoy it. And Chris, happy birthday. And we are here at Crispin Field for live high school football playoff action. Berwick in their blue uniforms will be going from right to left on your screen. Jason Warner lining up the kickoff.
The other thing, Marty, we talk about the wind, but if you're using the short passing game, which Dallas has basically, wind is not as much of a factor as if you want to throw it deep down the field.
Second half is underway. And taking that return, Adam Schoonover, and he gets out to the 39, about the 38 of Dallas. Great starting field position for the Mountaineers.
Yeah, excellent job on the return. Good kickoff by Warner, and here you see Schoonover taking it up the middle, then breaks it to the right side. Right there, he decides to duck back inside, and nice return of about 30 yards out to the 38-yard line of Dallas.
First and 10 Mountaineers. They're up 5 to start this second half. A.J. Harris gets the carry, and he pulls his way for a first down out to midfield.
Yeah, he bangs it off the left side, and I'll tell you what, A.J. Harris, Dallas may decide that he's the guy that's going to carry them to the district final, because he's banging it up in there. There you see it, just a handoff, straight handoff to Harris from Supon, and he bangs it up in there again. Have to wrap your arms when you tackle a back of that size, 6 foot, about 230. Picks up big yardage in the first down.
Supon is out of the shotgun. And he's going to hand off to Jeremy Harris. Not fooled on the play, Andy Decker, as he dropped him for about a yard gain.
Great play by Decker. Decker was up the field very quickly, runs down Harris from the back, about a 2-yard gain. You see Decker coming from the right side of your screen, making the tackle.
Second and 8 from the 48. Play action. Supon pumps, throws complete to A.J. Harris. Marshman will knock him out of bounds at about the 42.
I'll tell you what, Supon did a nice job there of keeping control of himself, dumping the ball, and then Harris makes a nice catch. The ball's thrown a little low, and he takes it just off the ground. And here's the replay. You're going to see Supon right here. Here you see Harris come directly at you. Nice catch by Harris. Good hands. Marshman over very quickly to make the tackle. Sets up a third and about 3 for the Mountaineers.
Supon is going to try to roll and keep it himself. Lowers his head, and he is close to a Dallas first down.
I'll tell you what happened was Supon wanted to make the handoff to Harris, the running back. Did not get around quick enough. Berwick's penetration really caused some problems for the play, but Supon had enough presence of mind to take the ball to the corner, picks up the first down.
And it is a first down for Dallas. New set of downs just across the 40.
You like every busted play to have that kind of result. I mean, really, he came out of there, looked like he was looking for Harris on the handoff, but nothing there.
Hand off to Bolton, it's fumbled.
We have flags down. I don't know if they wanted to mark the ball or throw the flag. Bolton wanted to run that little counter off the motion. Ball was on the ground. Let's see what the call is.
Holding against Dallas, and it looked like Bolton had recovered the fumble.
So obviously the umpire and the referee had a good look at the hold because both of them threw quick flags on it.
Coach Curry elects to take the penalty. And will march Dallas back into their own territory at about the 48. So that'll make it a first and 23. Over 2 minutes gone in this third quarter, 14-9 Dallas. First and 23, Supon throws, and it's tipped and almost intercepted. Marshman was in the coverage, and on the tip, almost coming up with it was Andy Gray.
Yeah, Marshman had a beat on the ball. In fact, he's holding his hands on his head. Can't believe he missed it. Right there you see Marshman with the break on the ball, and he honing in on it, bounced away. Incomplete pass. Second down and about, looks like 25, Marty, for the Mountaineers.
Clock is stopped with 9:49 left in the third on the Stroman Mayer Bakery scoreboard. Dallas 14, Berwick 9.
Harris on the quick hitter.
And he gets that carry, and Berwick reads it well. He maybe got a yard or two.
Yeah, they tried to spread both sides of the offense and then try to open the middle so that Harris can hit that quick hitter and get it into the secondary. Berwick did a nice job there. I'm sorry, Marty, I was commenting during the play. I thought it was on the sideline all of a sudden.
And out at this part of the field, definitely the old 3 yards in a cloud of dust.
There's no doubt about it. Let's see, Supon's going to go out of the shotgun here, trip to the right side.
Third and 21 from midfield. Supon under pressure, and he is going to get across the 50, so it won't be a sack, but Dallas will be forced to punt. Warner and Yaskevich in on the play.
Berwick's defense does what they have to do. Made a good stop there. Dallas will punt the ball away to the Bulldogs.
Gideon Marshman back deep for Berwick to receive the punt from Supon. And it's going to come short and take a Dallas roll and be down at about the 25 of Berwick. But once again, you see that wind, especially with the punts, when you're going into the wind, knocks them down and keeps them short.
I heard someone on the Berwick sideline, I believe, holler, get away from it as soon as the ball was punted. So again, you knew it wasn't going to go a long distance. Make sure you get all of your players away, so because if the ball touches the Berwick player and Dallas recovers, it would be Dallas football. Berwick takes over.
Again, Frank Jankowski may have drawn him off with his hard count.
We saw that early in the first half, first quarter, as a matter of fact. We hadn't seen it since, but again, Dallas very anxious, ready to go. Jankowski, a little bit of a hard count, makes it a 1st and 5 on that penalty. Pruitt in, and they were in a tailback set with Pruitt there.
First and 5 from the 30. Toss to Pruitt, trying to get to the outside, and he cuts it back and gets maybe about 2 yards.
First time we've seen him from that set since early in the ball game. Pruitt picks up a couple to the left side.
And 3.
2nd and 3 from the 32. Warner, the lone back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. He has the first down and more as he gets out near the 40.
Berwick comes out with that tight formation again. Warner at the tailback spot. The other back is very tight to the line of scrimmage between the tackle and the guard. And all it is he's leading, it's almost like having another guard or tackle there. He's leading his way up the field. That time Warner pops it for a couple and the first down.
Ball marked at the 40, 1st and 10. 7:15 and counting left in the 3rd quarter. Dallas with a 14-9 lead.
Same formation, Marty, to the right side.
And looked like some confusion, and Jankowski kept it himself. Jeremy Harris and A.J. Harris came up to drop him for a loss.
Jankowski came out of it. Looked like he wanted the handoff. Nothing there, so he made the turn to come back to the left side.
Go ahead, Joe.
Tough when you have minus yardage or no yardage on first down, Marty. We keep talking about that. We've stressed it all year. Much easier when you get some positive yardage on first down.
Empty backfield on 2nd down. Jankowski dumps it off to Warner. He's down the sideline. Jason Warner is going to stay in bounds and get out of bounds. And he'll be marked at the 22 of Dallas.
Slip Warner to the flat. They ran a pattern with the wide receiver to that side. Warner got to the flat. Defender didn't get there quick enough. And Warner does a great job. For a big man, does a nice job on the sideline, keeping his balance, picking up excellent yardage down to the Dallas 22-yard line.
39 yards on the play. Jankowski to Warner. 1st and 10, Berwick at the Dallas 22.
The linebacker needed to pick Warner up there. Just got there too late.
Carry inside the 20 to about the 17.
Warner on that counter play. That time they had 2 people in the backfield very close to the line of scrimmage. They came to the left side, which is the side that counter was run to. Warner picks up about 5 or 6 on that play.
Over halfway through this 3rd quarter, Dallas 14, Berwick 9, District 2 AAA semifinal. Winner plays Blue Mountain next weekend. Toss to Pruitt. He's looking for some room, and he is inside the 15 to about the 14. 3rd and short coming up for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, ran a toss play left side again, and Pruitt picks up a couple of yards, and that's what they need him for. And the other thing is he has great speed. If you can get him on that toss play, if he can find a crease and pop it, he can be up the field very quickly.
3rd down.
3rd 3rd and 2 from the 14. Dallas 14, Berwick 9. Handoff to Warner, and he pulls his way for a Berwick first down near the 10.
Again, I don't know if we saw Berwick twice this year. We had them. I haven't seen that formation where they have the 2 backs or the 1 back very tight to the line of scrimmage. Warner barrels up behind these 2 guys. Really what they have is a guard, a tackle, and the tight end, and 2 backs. They have 5 blockers at the point of attack. You have to make some kind of adjustment defensively. If you don't, boom, they're going to get the ball up the field. First down for the Bulldogs.
5 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. Dallas up 5, Berwick threatening. 1st and 10, outside the 10, a quarterback draw to Jankowski, and he gets down to about the 6.
I think what happened there was the Dallas defense spread just a little bit. Frank Jankowski looked at it, thought he could pick up some yardage, and he did. He picked up about 4 yards on the quarterback sneak.
Looks like Berwick would have to get inside the 1 for a first down, but they can't get a first down on this series. Jankowski is going to keep it himself and roll left. Met by 3 Dallas defenders.
Berwick in a fullback, halfback set, like a little bit like a wing T. Jankowski makes the fake inside, makes the fake to Pruitt going to the right side, and then comes back to the right of your screen to the left of his offensive line. He's able to pick up a couple of yards. Berwick's faced with 3rd and about 4.
Short 4, a long 3, just inside the 1 for a first down. Warner with the carry, and he might only got to the 1. He's probably going to be short of the first down.
I think you're right, Marty. About a half a yard short, maybe a little bit less than that. They use the same formation we've talked about with those 2 backs tight to the line of scrimmage, Warner going right behind him.
And Coach Curry looks like he wants to take his first time out of this second half. 3:12 left in the 3rd, 14-9. Dallas in the lead, but Berwick threatening. And a tough decision coming up for Coach Curry.
And I think that he's going to line up and go for it here. Berwick's done a nice job with the pass to Warner on the sideline, setting this whole thing up. They have about 2 for the touchdown. Looks like they need a little more than 1 yard for the first down. That first down marker is very close to the goal line. Looks like maybe less than a half a foot.
We want to remind you that today's game is brought to you in part by Berwick Hospital Center. Quality care right here.
25% discount.
Marty, this is, as pointed out by our crack statistician, Mr. Burns, the 11th play of this drive.
And a key play in this ball game.
And 3:12 left in the 3rd quarter, and Berwick has probably taken 5 or 6 minutes here on this drive, if I'm not mistaken. So they've done a nice job with that.
5 minutes and 4 seconds. I'll tell you, you've got a clock in your head, Mr. DeMelfi.
Yes, that's been said by several people.
People also probably want to know how wound it's tight. 4th and short. Warner with the carry. Touchdown, Berwick.
Ran it wide, Marty. Did not go off tackle or off the guard. He took it off tackle, went wide. Tough for the defense to get there because the linebackers are tight to the line of scrimmage. Jason Warner to the corner. Touchdown for the Bulldogs.
Berwick takes their first lead of the game, 15-14, and they're going to go for 2.
There you see a touchdown. There you see Warner. And I don't know whether that play was designed to go off the guard or not, but he took it wide right away, went off tackle inside the tight end for the touchdown.
Empty backfield. Jankowski looks left and incomplete. Conversion no good. 3:09 left in the 3rd. Berwick leads 15-14.
When it comes to the care of your pets, you want the very best. Dr. Thomas Kowalczyk and staff of the North Berwick Animal Hospital will give your pet the utmost care and attention your pet requires. You can trust North Berwick Animal Hospital and Dr. Thomas Kowalczyk to treat your pet with genuine love and care. Call or visit the North Berwick Animal Hospital. Dr. Kowalczyk will be happy to meet with you and your pet. North Berwick Animal Hospital, 235 17th Street, Berwick, 759-0397. Tonight's action is being brought to you by Advanced Employee Services, a professional employer organization. We'll show you how to eliminate the liability associated with your current workforce. Advanced Employee Services, we can save you money.
Today's game is being brought to you in part by Dr. David J. Ball, specializing in orthopedics and sports medicine for all ages. We offer professional services in the Bloomsburg, Berwick, and Sunbury areas. Hours are by appointment only. For more information, call 387-2282.
Welcome back to Crispin Field on the Stroman Mayer Bakery's third quarter scoreboard. 15 unanswered points for Berwick, and they have taken their first lead of the game, 15-14, with 3:09 left in the third quarter. Jason Warner scored the touchdown, his 11th on the season, and he kicks off. Jeremy Harris takes it at the 2. He's across the 10. And he is going to be brought down at about the 16-yard line.
I'll tell you what, that was a great special teams play. Number 21 for Berwick, Josh Davis. Excellent job down the field. Makes the stop on Harris. Berwick's last drive, 11 plays, 75 yards, 5 minutes, 3 seconds. Warner on that 2-yard touchdown run.
And that drive was pretty much all Jason Warner, both running and receiving.
They've gone to him a lot over the last 4 or 5 games.
And off to Jeremy Harris, maybe a yard.
Jeremy Harris on the carry. Andy Decker wraps him up.
Andy Decker, great job coming in from the right side of that Berwick defense. Comes down hard, makes the tackle on Harris. Harris picks up maybe a yard.
It'll be interesting to see how Dallas will react now, trailing by a point after having a 14-point lead.
They're a good football team. The program's a solid program. Coach Jackson's going to call timeout here and get people together.
2:31 left in the third. Berwick up 1. And we'll keep it right here.
That's why teams are successful, Marty. And you see on the Stroman Mayer Bakery, Berwick 15, Dallas 14. Teams are successful because they're able to look at the football game as a whole. I mean, you fall behind, they're still able to put some things together. Dallas has had a very successful program. I'm sure they'll respond here with some offensive plays that will gain some yardage. One of the things now, 2:31 left, third quarter. Dallas will have the wind here in the fourth quarter, which may make a difference with Supon and throwing the football.
Dallas will have a 2nd and 9 from their own 17. Both teams left with 2 timeouts in this second half. Play action. Supon throws, and it's complete. Oh, we'll see what the officials call. Incomplete is the indication. A.J. Harris never had it.
Looked like Harris had made the catch, but going down, officials, both of them said no catch. He never had control of the football. 3rd down. Again, it's that pass in the flat, Marty, that we've seen Dallas score a touchdown on. It's been successful several times. They went to it again. Looked like Harris might have had the catch. Berwick did a nice job breaking on the ball.
3rd and 9 from the 17. The Berwick defense asking for the fans to make some noise. Whistles blow. We may have delay of the game against Dallas.
We do have delay of the game, so it's going to make it a 3rd and 14.
Delay of game penalty against Dallas, 5-yard penalty. Ball is back on the 12-yard line where
68 yards now for Dallas.
We've seen delay a game a couple of times on Berwick and as well as Dallas.
3rd down and 14. Empty backfield for Dallas. Suppan is going to keep it himself. He'll get out across the 15 to the 16, and Dallas will be forced to punt into the wind, so Berwick should come away with good field position.
I think Teddy Jackson's thought there was try to throw it down the field, make a mistake. Really didn't want to do that. Spread Berwick out, see if maybe Suppan can get it up the field on that quarterback sneak. That didn't happen. Berwick's going to have advantage here with the win for another minute 59 seconds.
But with running the ball, you take some time off the clock, it gives Berwick less time with the wind at their back. Suppan to punt it away to Banyas and Marshman. Gets off a nice punt here. And it takes a Dallas roll out of bounds. And Berwick will start in Dallas territory at about the 47.
Good punt by Suppan, especially into that wind. Berwick still will take possession at their own 47-yard line. With a minute 36 left, 3rd quarter.
Stroman Mayer Bakery scoreboard. Berwick 15, Dallas 14. Berwick taking the lead for the first time today on a 2-yard run by Jason Warner earlier on in this 3rd quarter. Jankowski to pass. Now he's under pressure, and he is sacked. A.J. Harris along with John Simonitis.
Simonitis and Harris again up the field very quickly. Jankowski went to his right, looked like he wanted to throw it down the field. Simonitis and Harris up the field to make the sack.
3rd sack of Frank Jankowski today. Back into Berwick territory at their own 45. 2nd down and 18. Under a minute left in the 3rd. Jankowski rolling left. Sets himself, throws, and in. Is it complete?
He has a completion.
Yes, he
Official marks a completion.
Right in front of the sideline. Good hands by Nick Spores.
Great job by Spores, concentrating on the ball, keeping his eye on the ball, and making that catch, maintaining possession. Here you see Jankowski with the throw. There you see Spores with the catch, bobbling, miss it right at the end. But he rolled over on his back and had the ball in his grasp. The official called it complete.
Marshman incomplete.
Jankowski wanted to throw the short stop ball to Marshman on the sideline. Looked like he threw it a little bit behind him. Marshman couldn't handle it. Berwick's going to have to punt it away. 39 seconds left, 3rd quarter.
And Berwick has to take a timeout with 39.3 seconds left. And we want to remind you that today's game is brought to you by Dr. Patrick Kerrigan and the staff at the Hart Medical Center, located at 476 Hazel Avenue in Wilkes-Barre. They're happy to be a sponsor of this game between Dallas and Berwick, a District 2 AAA semifinal. Call the Hart Medical Center, 822-5800.
Marty, that's the kind of timeout you hate to take. You did not have enough men on the field for the punt team, so Berwick had to burn a timeout there.
That was the 2nd timeout taken by Berwick, as they had to take one on the 4th down play. So they're left with only one. That could be a key timeout that they had to use here on the punt.
As I said, you really hate to take that kind of timeout. As a coach, you always stress to your players, if you're on the punt team, know when we're going to punt the ball.
Jankowski gets away a boomer. And it's going to take a Berwick roll into the end zone. Another touchback.
Dallas will take
Still have 31 seconds left here in the third quarter. Dallas will take possession at their own 20-yard line.
31.9 seconds remaining in the third. Stroman Mayer Bakery scoreboard. Berwick with a 1-point lead.
Game pretty much has turned out to be what we thought it would be. Close ball game, hard hitting.
A.J. Harris gets the carry right up the middle, and he gets about 5 yards on first down. And that will probably be the last play of the third quarter, and it'll be a key change of ends as Dallas will get the wind at their back from the fourth quarter. Clock continues to wind down, and it is the end of the third quarter. The score, Berwick 15, Dallas 14, fourth quarter up next.
We are the leading regional supplier of quality office equipment, offering a full line of color and black and white copiers, fax machines, digital duplicators, printers, mailing and shipping equipment, and digital audio recording system. With financing solutions and an award-winning service department, we stand behind your decisions with complete support. Visit us on the web and take the top tour. Top Business Solutions, equipping the office of tomorrow, today.
Maybe people live in communities like ours for the quality of life. The streets are a little safer, and people know their neighbors. At Berwick Hospital Center, we believe the quality of health care should be as good as the quality of life. That's why we're introducing ER Plus, emergency care with an experienced team that can see you fast with low wait times, because maybe people live here for the quality of health care as well. ER Plus at Berwick Hospital Center. Quality care right here.
Welcome back to Crispin Field. Start of the fourth quarter on the Stroman Mayer Bakery scoreboard. 15-14, Berwick in the lead. And Andy Decker drops A.J. Harris for no gain.
I'll tell you what, Decker very quickly right side of the Berwick line. He tried to run a counter back to the right side of the Dallas line. Decker just makes a big play up the field and makes the tackle on Harris for no gain. Third and about 5, maybe a long 5 for the Mountaineers. Andy Decker's played very well the defensive side of the ball here this afternoon.
3rd and 5 from the 25. Supon under pressure from Warner, looking downfield and overthrows his man, incomplete. Intended for Blake Saba.
Sorry, Marty, but he tried to throw this fade ball to the sideline. He put too much air under it, out of bounds, so Supon will punt it away for Dallas. Interesting. One of the things that happens here, Berwick's punt returners are looking directly into the sun. And if there's any question, the first thing you would say to them is, hey, if you can't see it or you feel it's a problem, don't try to field it.
Supon to punt. Marshman and Banyas look into that sun, and Banyas will take it at the 43. The 33. He's across the 40. Banyas spins to the 46, a return of 13.
Nice job, Banyas and Marshman working together. They're talking to each other. Good return, safe return. Ball on the 45-yard line of the Bulldogs. Here you see the return. You see Banyas with the catch. Nice short catch. Takes it to the right side. Marshman makes a nice block. Banyas returns the ball about 15 yards.
First and 10, Jankowski throws complete to Corey Green at about midfield.
Midfield, safe pass, he makes the throw. Corey down and away. The defender couldn't get to the ball. Corey Green with a nice catch, picks up 5 yards. Berwick with a 2nd and 5.
2nd and 6.
come out with Warner as the tailback again, Marty. And that tight formation with 2 backs to the left side.
Warner on the carry. He's got a first down and more. Jason Warner is going to be brought down inside the 30 at about the 25 after a gain of 25.
They lined up the backs very tight to the left side. They ran a counter back to the right side. Those 2 backs are leading interference, almost a little bit like a single wing type look. And those great blocking on the line of scrimmage. Warner finds his way up the field, and then I tell you what, you talk about tough to bring down. He drags another tackler about 5 or 6 yards.
First and 10 at the Dallas 25. Jankowski, a quarterback drop, and he gets about 5 yards.
Second time we've seen that in the last couple of series. Obviously, Dallas starting to widen their defense. Frank Jankowski, I don't know if that's pressure or something they call in the huddle. Many times, the coach will give the quarterback, we have a flag here, and I may be against sideline. I don't know if that's a warning or a penalty. That's a warning, I believe.
There was a warning. There was no penalty called. It was a warning.
I was talking about pressure. I'm sorry, Marty. For the quarterback, he'll go to the line of scrimmage, just pressure the center, and they'll just take off if they feel they can pick up yardage.
Second and 5 from the 20. Movement up front, and Berwick may get a first down.
Right now, Dallas becoming a little over-anxious. They're starting to maybe feel a little pressure here. We're 9:26, fourth quarter. They're down by 1. Berwick on a drive. And a lot of emotion in a game like this, Marty, and it's sometimes tough to keep your composure.
And that'll give Berwick a first down at the 15. Hand off to Warner. Spins. No gain. Looked like Chris Hayes, the linebacker, hit on the play.
It was Hayes, Marty, coming from his left side linebacker position. He made the first hit on Warner and then needed some help from his friends to bring him down. But Chris Hayes did a nice job there defensively. We have an equipment situation, I believe, with one of the Dallas players. There's a timeout, official timeout. They have it taken care of.
8:40 and counting left in the fourth quarter. Berwick looking for some insurance as they lead by 1, 15-14. Second and 10. Jankowski, play action, rolling right, throwing, and incomplete intended, I believe, for Andy Decker.
That Decker in the end zone went up high. Ball was thrown a little high, incomplete. Berwick's faced with a third down here.
That'll stop the clock, 8:22 remaining in the fourth quarter.
That was either Decker or Gray. I'm not quite sure. Couldn't see in the end zone. We're sort of blocked here with the window.
And Berwick is going to call their last timeout with 8:22 left and a key third down coming up as they lead 15-14.
Yeah, wide side of the field to their left side. If they're going to throw the football, which you would think something that they would think about doing here, would have a 3rd and 10 for the first down. They don't have to make it all up. Make 10 yards in one play here. They're in 4-down territory. They need something that's going to pick up, if not the first down, a considerable amount of that yardage.
Get a look at the beautiful area of the town of Berwick. Nice fall colors. The home of one Joe DeMelfi.
A couple of blocks away.
Not for a warehouse, you'd have a straight line.
That's right. I'm starting to tear that down, too, as I look over there.
3rd down and 10 for Berwick. Ball marked at the Dallas 15.
Marty to come out, trips to wide side of the field, unbalanced also.
Jankowski across the middle, tipped, and getting a hand on it. Big 6'5" defensive end, Mike Dombrowski.
Dombrowski with a nice job defensively. He tried to throw the slant ball to Marshman going left to right. And Dombrowski really got his hands up at 6'4", 6'5", knocked the pass down. Berwick, I said, was unbalanced last time. They were not. They had a wide receiver to the right side. And there you see the pass. There you see Dombrowski dropping in the pass coverage. And really, Marshman looked like he might have had something on that slant pass, but Dombrowski, good job. Cicini
is on for the field goal attempt. Banyas gets the hold down. The kick is off to the left. No good. And the ball is still live, and Dallas picks it up. And
there's flags all over.
Brings him down.
Yeah, flags all over the field too, Marty. Both teams started to exit after the missed field goal. Now the ball is in play until somebody picks it up or downs it. I don't know what the flags are for, but if the ball is in play, there was a fumble. Did Berwick recover that fumble? It's going to be interesting. Our crack statistician was hollering live ball. I thought it was downed at first. That's why both teams were walking or exiting the field, but nobody downed the ball. Ball never crossed the goal line. Good point. Berwick has possession of the ball.
Basically, Dallas ran back the kick, and it was fumbled, and Andy Decker recovered.
Exactly right.
So a new set of downs for Berwick.
Coach Jackson wants an explanation, and that's exactly what the referee is doing. I believe that the penalty call was against Dallas, and Berwick declined it, and they'll take the play. The penalty was a block in the back, I believe, on the return. If that ball would have crossed the goal line, the ball would have been dead.
Now we'll have to see where the ball will be marked.
The fumble recovery was...
Looks like maybe the 25?
Yeah, I think right about the 25-yard line. Big break there for the Bulldogs. Huge break. Could have been a touchdown for Dallas. And when he picked that ball up, there was nobody in front of him. I don't know who made... Andy Decker was over along with another Berwick player. They made a heads-up play.
So 1st and 10 from the 25. Hand off to Warner. He finds some room as he skates his way inside the 20 to about the 18.
Jason Warner showing a little bit of footwork there. Was outside, then he came back inside. Picks up nice yardage on the first down. Here you see the play. Right side, then he stops. Berwick does a nice job kicking people out. Jason Warner cuts it back inside and picks up about 6 yards. That may be the first time in all my years of football I've ever seen that type of situation.
Warner is going to be down about a yard short of the first down.
That play was the same one he scored on. He ran it wide, outside of the tackle, maybe just inside the tight end, picks up a couple of yards. We'll have a 3rd and 2 for the Bulldogs. The other thing is, if you're on the field to play, you don't hear a whistle, you continue to play.
3rd and 1, under 7 minutes left in the 4th quarter. Berwick up 1. Warner, he looks to have a Berwick first down.
Just an off-tackle play there. Good push by the offensive line. The formation they're using with those tight backs right at the line of scrimmage, blocking, very effective.
We're going to go down to the sidelines and our very own Tim Thompson.
Marty and Joe, after speaking with the official on that confusion on that field goal attempt, the ball is live. The official said the ball was live. The Dallas player picked it up to run with it, but they got an illegal participation call because the Dallas players, extra players, come on the field, and Berwick recovered the fumble, so they had the choice. They took the option of keeping the ball. Back up to you, Marty and Joe.
Thanks a lot, Tim, for that explanation of a very confusing play.
Yeah, and I didn't even think about that, but he's right. The Dallas players were off the sideline on the field. That is illegal participation. And Berwick recovered the fumble, declined the penalty, and they have the football right now, deep in Dallas territory.
Warner now 17 carries, 73 yards, and a touchdown.
He's been the workhorse, no doubt about it. And a big catch on that 35-yard pass.
Second down. Corey Green bobbles and did enough just to hold on to the football as A.J. Harris brought him down for a loss. And actually, excuse me, that was Grant Marshman.
Yeah, Marshman looked like he almost dropped the football there. A.J. Harris with another big play on defense, and we have a little verbal altercation taking place on the field. One of the things, if you're coaches on both sides, you're telling your players, don't get a stupid penalty. Third down and about 12. Berwick tried to run that reverse. And again, Marshman on the handoff didn't have it cleanly, bobbled it. Berwick needs to come up with the big play here, trip two receivers right side.
Jankowski dumps it over the middle and knocked away by Steve Salavantis, the defensive end.
I'll tell you what, he did an excellent job. Great job defensively. Again, Jankowski put some air under the ball. You're going to see it here. Salavantis, excellent job running downfield. That's Andy Decker going up for the ball, and Salavantis knocks it away.
4th and 11.
4:55 left, fourth quarter, 4th and 11. We have a penalty.
Substitution.
I think that's the call. The official is counting right now. That's the call. So it'll be 4th and 16 rather than 4th and 11.
4:55 left in the fourth quarter. Berwick 15, Dallas 14. Winner plays Blue Mountain for the District 2 AAA Championship next weekend.
Trips right side, single receiver left side.
Jankowski pumps, and he is going to be sacked. A.J. Harris.
Off the corner. Nobody blocked him. Jankowski had to throw the ball quickly or he's not going to get it off. Harris comes off that corner. I don't know if they made a mistake offensive line blocking up front, but they had trips to the right side, single receiver to the left side. There's 4 people out, and right now Harris is coming from the left side. Jankowski wanted to throw it, didn't have anything. He is sacked. 4:50 left. Dallas with the ball, down by 1.
Give some credit to that Dallas defense stopping 2 straight bullets.
A.J. Harris has had a great game both offensively and defensively.
4:50 left in the fourth. Dallas with 2 timeouts remaining, and they trail by 1. Supon is going to throw. He's got a man. It's complete. Enough for a Dallas first down.
Nice throw by Chuck Supon. He drilled it in there.
Blake Saba on the reception. Out to the 40, a gain of 15 on the play.
One of the things, Supon has time to throw the football. That short slant ball opened up for him. Drilled it in there.
The Dallas fans starting to get into it and making some noise. And off to the first man through, I believe that was A.J. Harris.
Harris Sassini with a big stop, made first contact, then a help from several of the Berwick defenders.
Second and 8 from the Dallas 42. pressure. Suppan throws it down the field and incomplete.
I'll tell you what, Chuck Suppan did a great job there. Berwick's defense timed that perfectly. Somebody was up the field and couldn't tell who it was, but he was up the field right now, as soon as the ball was snapped. Here you're going to see it. Up the field, Suppan is away from 2 tacklers and then is able to throw it up down the field to a potential receiver.
We want to remind you that this Dallas-Berwick game is brought to you in part by Berwick Hospital Center, quality care right here.
Marty, 3rd and about 9. It's 3:42 left. If you don't make it on this down, you seriously have to think about going for it on 4th down. Not much time left in 4th quarter.
Suppan dumps it over the middle. A.J. Harris, he's down the middle of the Berwick territory. Mountaineer first down.
Great call. What happened was Berwick's bringing their linebackers. Harris lines up and really almost as a tight end. Just gets Suppan, lays it up. There's no linebacker there because they're up the field. Good pass. Nice completion by Suppan. There you see it. Linebackers are up the field, and Harris makes a nice catch. The ball's thrown a little bit behind it. He had a one-hand catch with his left hand, brought it around. Picks up good yardage.
Harris's 3rd reception for 54 yards. He has 11 carries for 49 yards, and he's played great defense. An outstanding game for the senior. Toss play to Jeremy Harris, and he is going to be knocked out of bounds at about the 30.
They run the toss play to the right side. Nice job of blocking on the corner. Jeremy Harris is able to turn it up and pick up about 6 yards.
As you see the Stroman Mayer Bakery's 4th quarter scoreboard. 3:09 left. Berwick up 1. Key stat, Dallas with 2 timeouts remaining. Berwick is out of timeouts. Second and 5 from the 30. Gain of about 2 for A.J. Harris.
We've seen Dallas do that several times. They go trips to the left side or right side, try to spread the secondary, and then try to hit Harris on that quick hitter and pop him into the secondary. That time Berwick did a nice job bringing Harris down. 3rd and about 4. Dallas has 2 downs to make it. 2:40 left, 4th quarter.
All marked at the Berwick 29. And Dallas will take a timeout. 2:30 left in the 4th, and they're down 1. And we'll keep it right here. And Dallas will be left with 1 timeout.
A couple of things when you look at this situation. Coach Jackson talking to his offense. He has 2 downs to pick up the 1st down. He's facing 2 minutes, 30 seconds. Has time. Dallas has 1 more timeout left. So they really do not have to hurry at this point.
Stroman Mayer Bakery's 4th quarter scoreboard. Berwick 15, Dallas 14. 2.5 minutes remaining in the 4th quarter. 3rd down and 4 from the Berwick 29. Handoff. And a 1st down there on the carry was Blake Saba.
What happened was they faked Harris inside. Harris has been the key ball carrier. Faked him inside. Berwick was bunched up. Saba got to the corner. He picks up the 1st down. Good play call by Dallas.
On the gain of 7. 1st and 10 from the Berwick 22. 2:17 and counting left in the 4th. Gets dumped. Nick Spores.
And Tom Sassini. Spores and Sassini. Great defensive effort. Both of them up the field very quickly.
No gain. 2nd down.
See the replay. We're going to see Spores right here. They're trying to run that off-tackle play. Suppan reverses out, gives the ball to Harris. Spores makes a good stop, and then Sassini makes a tackle from the backside. It's great penetration by Sassini.
2nd and 11 from the 23. Here comes the blitz. Suppan is going to be sacked by Andy Decker.
I'll tell you what, Andy Decker, we had several players up the field. Number 54 for Berwick, also up the field, Andy Gray, putting pressure on Suppan. Suppan tried to spin out of there, and then Decker makes the tackle. See the replay here. You see Sassini to the left side. Sassini puts pressure right away, then back up, and then Gray makes the tackle. So Sassini, Decker, Gray doing a great job defensively there.
After the first Berwick sack of the day, 3rd and 21 from the 33. Suppan under pressure, and he is sacked again. Tom Sassini.
Sassini up the field again. That's his second or third play in a row that Sassini's come up big on defense.
And Dallas will use their last timeout. 38.2 seconds left in the 4th. They're down 1.
And you know what? That's the kind of game, Marty, it comes down to the last play. And we knew it would be that kind of football game.
And we'll keep it here. 4th and 29 will be the call from the 41 of Berwick.
Marty, Dallas has done a decent job pass blocking until this series. Berwick has cranked it up defensively. Dallas needs about 28, 29 yards for the first down. They need 40 yards for the touchdown. There you see the replay. Again, Suppan has a little time there. Then he gets pressure. 94 from the outside for Berwick. Great job by Spores again. And then he has help from Sassini and several other people. Spores, Sassini, great job here on this series for Berwick.
Dallas has to get to the Berwick 12 for a first down. They're out of timeouts. 38.2 seconds left.
What you want to do is position your secondary just short of the first down marker. You don't want them.
3-man rush by Berwick. Suppan throws. It's complete.
I don't think he's going to have it.
Lane short with the reception. It'll depend on the official mark. They're going to stop the clock and probably bring in the chains. It is very, very close.
Nice throw by Suppan. Had the receiver. Receiver did the curl right at the marker, maybe a little short of it, but I'll tell you what, if he did not get the first down, it's going to be very close. Look at first, Marty, whether he didn't have enough for the first down. We're talking about a half a yard to a yard short. The guy with the binoculars up here is taking a look at it.
Held on downs.
Great effort by Dallas. Great effort. Both teams. It's the kind of football game we expected, and we got it.
Berwick probably just has to run one play, and that'll be the ball game as both teams are out of timeouts.
As we used to tell our quarterback, let's take a knee and get out of here.
Your favorite play in the playbook, and it's usually for minus yards.
I'll tell you what, when it's usually for minus yards, but it's usually because you're going to get that W.
And Jankowski will take the knee. And that should do it.
Berwick does not have to run another play. 13 seconds and counting. The Bulldogs are going to walk away with a hard-earned 15-14 victory.
Jankowski finishes 9 of 26, 196 yards and a touchdown. Suppan, 10 of 24, 199 yards and a touchdown. Quarterback's very even. And as you mentioned, Joe, you know, you were that guy that looked into the future. The difference was probably that field goal by Tom Cicini.
There's no doubt about it. That was a good, at first I think Coach Curry thought about going for it. Cicini kicked the field goal, made it, and then I'll tell you what, defensively, Berwick came up big on that last series.
Okay, we're going to send it down shortly. Looks like Mike Lula is ready. Let's send it down to the sidelines. Tim Thompson has winning head coach George Curry.
Coach, you've got to be excited about this one. Couldn't got any closer, could it?
Tim, you ever hear those stress tests they give at hospitals? Just had one, buddy. I had another one.
You just had a good stress test.
Jesus, my heart's beating 90 miles an hour. But our kids, those last couple of defensive plays, the kids wanted. They sucked it up. That was a good football team. We were down early. We got behind a couple touchdowns and just made some mistakes on punts and not feeling things and judgment calls and things. But I tell you, our kids are tough. They don't quit.
Well, you said this game was going to be won by big plays, and they made some big plays here in that last stand.
Two good teams going at it. These are 2 games in a row like that. Anybody can win it. But hey, thank the good Lord. Our kids played hard. We got great kids.
Congratulations, Coach. Nice victory. Back up to you, Marty and Joe.
Thanks a lot, Tim. And the final score, Berwick 15, Dallas 14. We'll be back in a minute to wrap it up.
The seasons come and go, but here in Pennsylvania Dutch country, time stands still. And in this tradition of care and quality, we created Stroman Dutch country bread and rolls. Like soft, fresh potato bread, 100% whole wheat. And Dutch country potato rolls, each an original recipe, all delicious. Look in the Dutch country section for the kind of bread you thought went out with the horse and buggy. Dutch country, only from Stroman.
Tonight's high school football playoff game is being brought to you in part by the Alley Medical Center, 301 West 3rd Street in Berwick. Introducing our new Dr. Go and Dr. Hendershot to better serve our existing patients and our new military veterans medical service. Phone 759-0351. Tonight's high school football playoff game is brought to you in part by the Mayo Funeral Home, 110 Chestnut Street in Berwick. Phone 752-2759, providing service to all faiths in your time of need.
Welcome back to Crispin Field. The District 2 AAA semifinal is in the books. Berwick comes from behind to defeat Dallas 15-14. And Joe, an outstanding ball game between 2 very well-coached teams.
And exactly what we thought before the ball game. We talked about hard hitting. We talked about physical. We talked about big plays. Defense will play an important part. Berwick's defense came up big in the last series with a couple of sacks. Cicini, Gray, Spores did a great job. And then, of course, you have the last play of the, well, not the last play, almost the last play of the ball game, where Suppan throws a great pass, and they come up about a yard short.
Now, Berwick will go next weekend to defend their championship against Blue Mountain. Sight and time to be determined. And, Joe, how about an outstanding first week of high school football playoffs?
Yeah, it really has been an outstanding. We saw 2 very good football teams here. You talk about this conference being tough, you just look at these 2 teams and know why. Blue Mountain, a little bit of an unknown entity for Berwick, a team you don't normally see, so that'll be an interesting matchup.
Okay, and now for our director, Barry Jayas. For Jim Burns on stats, for Tim Thompson, Joe DeMelfi, I'm Marty Burns saying so long from Crispin Field. The final score, Berwick 15, Dallas 14. This has been a WYLN Sports Special presentation. Good afternoon from Berwick.